Hey y'all, sorry I'm running late. I forgot I set it up for 7:40. I was over here digging around and I'm like, "Oh shit. I set it for 7:40, not 7:45. Whoops." But we are going to get going. It is a nonsense after dark, so that means all the petty will be coming out. So, let's go ahead, and I've been with teenagers all day, so chances are the petty will be excessive. Happy Saturday evening, everybody. I hope you guys have all had a good day today. Hey, Duchess. Hey, Tim. Lollipop Girl. Lollipop Girl's here, and we're going to be reviewing the Lollipop Guilds tonight. Not to be confused with one and the same. Hey, Petunia. Hey, Hawk. Do it. I got to watch Chasing for a little while. Chasing she gives me the giggles. This is just nonsense, Lollipop Girl. It really is. Hey, Strutter. Not that Karen, Sharon, Teresa, Blessed with Common Sense, TK. Blessed with Common Sense. Can you bless other people with some common sense? Because the common sense is lacking, to say the least, out here. Hey, Coffee Addict. Hey, Kathy R. Marcy, Catherine, Anyaka, Chris, Pika, Fiddle Dee, Fit and Curvy, Skedaddling, Steph, Sending Karma, Revival, That Michelle, Rocky, Terry, Forever Army, Julie, Mystic Butterfly, Wanderer, Carla, Inspired by Flavor, Emily, Angie, The Dark Side, Bobby, JC, Akira, Crafty Girl, Brit Focus. All right, you guys, we're going into the shit show tonight. Hey, Denise, Toe Beans, Chris, I'm really sorry what's going on. That's a lot. Hopefully we can have some laughs tonight. I'll try to make something funny a little bit out of a complete shit show of a serious situation. Hey, Casey. Hey, Grandma Cece. OG Fish, Vanessa, Shazaklee, NF Cat. Yeah, absolutely. Fit and Gerby. It's lacking, to say the least. Liberty, are you watching the docuseries on TV, or are you watching something on YouTube? We've binge watched that whole thing, and I'm still I'm torn. I have some weird feelings. Hey, Cash. Hey, Wolfie. Wolfie saved the dishwashers. Your names always kill me. Crazy Girl Oddities and Adventures. Up to Good. Let me run through and say hello, and then we'll carry on. Jennifer, Blessed Mom. Fairy Meadows. Anne. Please don't come in here either. Tuesday's Dead. Oh, hey, Tuesday's Dead. Sorry, I'm not saying that to Tuesday's Dead. I need to just stop saying hello and then say something. Let me finish this, and then I will say what I'm going to say, so nobody thinks I'm talking to them. Hey, Kim. Hey, me. Okay, so first and foremost, let me get this out of the way. Boredom. You were bored today? I took the kids to a movie and then dinner, and then they came here and played Uno. And then my brain is like, oh, it was my weekend. So yeah, Chris, that's really hard. That's really, really hard. I sending you big hugs because that is a rough situation. So many people are going through such situations like that, and it's just, yeah, there's no words. Hey, Whitmore. Hey, Sherry. Okay, first and foremost, please do not come in here and tell me what to do with my content. Tell me to move on, not talk about these people, ice these people. Do not. If you don't want to watch what we're about to do, then fucking hit that X button and go on. I am a grown ass woman of 42 years old, and ain't nobody on this fucking internet, my mama, my daddy, and even if you were, I'm still not going to listen to you. Period. It's so fucking weird to see strangers be like, we need to ice these people out, or so and so says, I do what I want. I always have. I do. Nobody knows what I'm doing. Nobody, I don't ask for approval, but don't tell me what to do. There's a difference between people reaching out that are concerned about certain situations. Now, that's a whole different story, and I appreciate the fuck out of that. When people give me heads up on other things going on, people that I care about and fucking trust and shit like that. But random people that I've never even seen coming in my chat, like that's been happening a lot recently, of telling me what to do. And it's fucking weird to go into people's chats and be like, just move on. Don't talk about this. Don't do that. What the fuck? I'm too damn old. I'll do what the fuck I want when the fuck I want. Never gonna change. Hey, Grandma Cece. Absolutely, little horses. And just because so and so is doing like the fucking, I do what I want. Yeah, right, Revival? On the one finger. Hey, note to self. Exactly, note to self. That's right. Hey, Mystic Butterfly, thank you for being a member. Crafty Girl, I just get real sick of like the group think and like, oh, if other channels are doing, I march to the beat of my own drum. Half the time I'm offbeat and I just do what I want. You're not the boss of me. Exactly. There ain't ever going to be a day on here that I check in with anybody. Are you okay with this? I mean, certain things I do. I will be honest. Like there's certain things, especially with the filing and stuff like that. I do check in with people that filing affects their real life, such as Granny, because I don't want to do anything that ever gets misconstrued as or harm for her. That is one thing I do take very seriously. But when it comes to shit talking and just pointing out fuck that. Hey, Varla Gem, Honey Elder. It's just so weird. Ooh, Wolfie, I've been posting her quite a bit. She got 2,500 views today in a couple hours. Whiskey in her tongue, getting kind of to be a little popular over there. It's getting a little weird. Hey, Gramanini, to all you love bugs. Hey, Muddy Puddles. It's weird. It's fucking weird. I've never been a part of like this little like, oh, I'm going to check with, nah. Hey, Hazel Eyes. Exactly. I'm a seahorse. Ignoring the bad guys doesn't make them go away. Hold on. We got to talk about this really quick because I about fucking fell over laughing today. Shout out to Beefrix because holy shit, she got Laura triggered. I don't ever watch Laura, and somebody reached out and said Laura is melting. And I was like, what? So I was like, let me go check this out. I'm not sub to her or anything. So I did. Sure shit. I open it up and she's like, you can lick my all this stuff. And I'm like, whoa. Hey, are you nuts? I was like, what is happening? Hey, Sammy. Yeah, exactly, Sammy. Varla Jim, thank you for becoming a member. Hey, Scottston, it's good to see you. Well, Leo, it's not even really like that I'm a leader necessarily. It's just I do what I want. I always have. I have always been the black sheep. I will always do what I want, say what I want. Like I just no. Exactly, fit and curvy. It's like telling a woman to calm down. Yeah, that's gonna work out. Hey, Diana. Welcome to the cabana, you guys. There's a bunch of them in there. So just expect this next week's post. By the way, for anybody that doesn't know, I pre-schedule those posts weeks in advance usually. And I've been trying different times, but you guys seem to really like the early morning ones the best. So I'll probably stick to the 6 o'clock time frame where I drop a funny on you guys or something. But There's nothing like they're already pre-planned. It's not just because XYZ got gifted memberships that I'm posting things. Like, this has been what I've done forever. So don't flatter yourself. Exactly. I drive my bumper car. I'll run into any fucking walls I want. Hey, Kathy, ain't got no time for both BS. You're right, Wolfie. At 25, I was like, what the hell? And it was just a little like 20-second, 30-second video of her and her tongue. Lollipop Girl, thank you for being a member. She is cute. Whiskey is cute. It's almost her 1-year birthday. Hey, Blondie. So, hey, Minnesota Greg. Good to see you. Mona Lisa. Stace. Yes, your yard. Don't like it? Don't let the door hit you where the sun don't shine. As my grandfather used to say, don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. Come back when you can't stay so long. Laura Trigger today was crazy. Hey, beware of marching band. It was one of those things that I'm not involved in, and I absolutely loved every minute of watching her just melt. I'm sorry. Beefergs and Dietz and those guys revival, and I didn't even know it was about something to do with Wade Wilson content and fair use, and somehow like it was just this melting pot of I had no idea what the hell was going on, but I loved every minute of it. I can't make her melting. It was quite interesting. She lost it. Hey, the pull up. If I missed you guys too. Hello, thank you for coming by. Hey, damn Madonna. Cat's Eye, Rocky. Okay, let's get into it. Never say never. So today we have the Temu version of the Golden Girls +1. Hey, Am. Mark and rapper. Who's Mark? Hello, please. Good to see you. Who's Mark W? Are you talking about Mark W? I haven't seen him in a long time, so. Oh, cheesy. It's funny. It's funny for sure. I'm sure it's still up. But before I flatter her and get a whole rant about me mentioning it, I better move along because I seem to hurt feelings. One day she liked me and the next day she hated me again. I mean, she never really liked me, but she thought about it for a moment and then her better senses came back to her that, yeah, I don't fucking like that bitch because she's never fucking liked me. Yeah, good. All right, let's go. So we're going to start out with, because a lot of people said that they didn't see this. So when Betty decided to cuss out Duchess the other night. So we're going to start there again, just to remind people of what's going on, because I think it's also important to tell people that this never happened. I know there's a lot of people that are talking about it, but they're not putting in or including this never happened. Duchess has never met them. That's it. That's all she wrote. Ooh, look at that stank face. Oh, Mark was trying to get on panels. Interesting. That's interesting. Okay. I mean, this face says it all.
Here. This is without the knowledge of his father and him having 5 CPS reports in the home he was living in. His father had no clue what was going on behind closed doors.
And again, they continue to say things like that, but there's no proof of said things. So take it with a grain of salt, as always.
It was one of those things where Chris always kept in contact with him. Katie always kept in contact with him. So he just naturally thought everything was okay. He knew that Chris was
very thank you, because yeah, she hasn't. There's been other people that have talked about it and they're like, well, maybe. And I'm like, no, it never happened.
Strict on his son, wanting him to wear diapers even when he was at his biological father's house. Chris was trying to control what Sebastian could and could not do, even when in the care of his biological father. This guy did not like this child. This guy did not want this child around his daughter. This guy has been
guy that you're not supposed to be talking about because you're out on a $20,000 bond for restraining orders and criminal violations of said restraining orders. I mean, this guy that shall not be named that you haven't left out of your mouth for months on end now.
Known to hit other.
I bet the next month is going to be interesting with you raging out of control.
For children that do not belong to him. A history. A very, very bad history. So the next time somebody wants to come barking up my tree and tell me that there is no evidence.
Betty, you ain't a tree. You ain't a tree. You're like fucking sagebrush. Okay? That balls up and rolls around when the wind blows. You're a bush of sagebrush. That's it. That's all. Don't flatter yourself. There ain't no trees. There's not no roots. There's nothing that deep with you.
You tell me why they can't keep their story straight. You explain to me how this child got out of a home without nobody knowing about it, yet there is an electronic lock on his front door that makes a lot of freaking noise, especially when there's not a sound in a house because everybody is sleeping.
How do you know that their lock on their door makes a lot of noise? How do you know that their door makes noise? How do you know that the lock on the door makes noise? Question. Miss, not supposed to be around, not supposed to even act like this exists, this family exists. How do you know that? Oh, you don't.
I don't know one mother that doesn't know the sound of their door being opened.
Let me walk away. Let me just let that play. Let me just shut the fuck up. Hey, K-Mash. Hey, BJ.
You tell me, for all the naysayers out there, how did this child leave his home? You can't tell me. You want to know how I know you can't tell me? Because law enforcement can't even tell me. Law enforcement can't even tell you how this child disappeared. Why? Because there's no evidence. And lack of evidence from a girl that does this type of work.
What type of work? Salacious gossip is now work?
Is evidence.
Oh.
And you know what it tells me? It's evidence of a cleanup.
Oh, is it now? Okay.
That's what it tells me.
Oh. Remember, don't forget the right side of history is hoping for the worst possible outcome because that's what they want. The right side of history is hoping something heinous happened to this teenager so they can say that they were right with their rumors and speculation and random gossip. That's the right side of history. The right side of history isn't hoping for the best and hoping that Sebastian is still out there unharmed and okay. That's not the right side of history. To be on the right side of history, you got to be like these guys, the Temu Golden Girls. You got to want for the worst.
The bottom line is this child went missing from his home when there's no reason for this child to be missing from his home. There's no evidence that this child disappeared.
But you just sat there and told us that he wasn't liked in his home and all of these abuse situations have happened. So if all of that is true, isn't there reason for him to leave his home? Can you pick a lane and stick in it? I feel like we're on Betty's bumper car ride right now. Mal, popping in to say I miss you and love your face. Keep fighting the good fight, Mal. I hope you're doing well. I actually was thinking about you today and I almost texted you and then teenagers, but love your face too. Hope you're doing well. We need a phone date.
Amongst all of this,
just so I can check on you.
This family, the mom and stepdad, has elicited help from the people to cause the most massive amount of destruction.
Hey, you guys, one thing in my chat, if you guys would, I would prefer that you refer to the parents with their real names. I know that it was slipped up and why you guys call him Sean. I get that. But I would just like you guys to use their full names. It doesn't bother me. You don't have to nickname them. I find it actually weird. And again, I know where it came from was a slip up of Dog the Bounty Hunter. But if you would do me one favor and refer to them as Chris, Katie, and Seth, I would really appreciate that because it's really highly disrespectful to nickname them. Again, I know where that came from. Not saying you're disrespectful, but I just don't want to be a part of that bullshit. Thank you.
In this case, the most amount of distractions in this case, to go real life on people covering this case, to try to stop anybody that is looking at them. Why is so many
Mal, yes. We'll make it a date.
People looking at these parents because they've been deceptive. They can't keep their story straight. They don't know where this child is. They have no explanation on how this child had no contact with the outside world.
And if you're concerned and you use a nickname, if you're calling him Sean for the purposes of worried about getting sued or something, please don't be worried about that. They've got their hands full with another whole clusterfuck, and we're going to get into a little bit of that tonight too. But don't be concerned about it. I'd rather have you say his dad or his full name. So Thank you.
Had no friends.
Yes, positive vibes, Seth. I
But
do.
managed just to defy all the odds and literally evaporate into the universe. It does not make sense.
Well, your buddy over there, Nick, calls him the ghost in the machine. What machine? What machine? Nick refers to him as the ghost in the machine. And I would love to know the same thing, Kim. Where is their stories not making sense? Because truly, the little bit we know from the parents is minor in comparison to what law enforcement knows. So again, it's just gap filler. They're gap filling.
Their own statements do not make sense. There's a lot of
Again, I remind you, their statements on social media can be full of shit. They could come out here and make up the most crazy, outlandish stories. They don't know us a goddamn thing. Their statements to law enforcement, which nobody knows, especially this one right here on your screen, Bullhorn Betty, and myself too. We have no idea what they said to law enforcement, and we shouldn't. But anything that they put out here on social media can be complete bullshit. They don't know the public a goddamn thing. Period.
information out there. You just have to open your ears
Hey,
and
PJ.
plug it in. It paints a very, very specific picture that doesn't look good for this young man and does not look good for the mom and stepfather. There's inconsistencies in this statement. The stepfather can't tell us his alibi. The stepfather can't explain why his truck is seen in front of his mom's house on the Friday before this child went missing at 10:30 in the morning.
The what? Let me put that back here. Where are they even? This is once again, they are just regurgitating rumors because there's nothing. They have nothing to go on, so it's regurgitate the rumors.
Specific picture that doesn't look good for this young man and does not look good for the mom and stepfather. There's inconsistencies in this statement. The stepfather can't tell us his alibi. The stepfather can't explain why his truck is seen in front of his mom's house on.
How do you know? Where's the camera footage of that?
The Friday before this child went missing at 10:30 in the morning.
Where's the proof of that, Betty?
There's a lot of unanswered questions that shouldn't have a problem being answered.
And again, they were answered for law enforcement. You're not owed a damn thing. And that's why you keep trying to look at this, because you're not owed anything.
By people that had nothing to do with the disappearance of their child. Let's not forget the fact that Mommy Dearest has now lawyered up and pleaded the fifth. Do not talk to her without her attorney presence.
And I, myself over here, Miss Goody Two Shoes, who doesn't even have a traffic ticket, would have gotten a lawyer and lawyered up right away too, especially with the circumstantial case and what social media and other people have been attempting to do, such as we heard Julia claim that Betty, her co-plaintiff, she was even concerned about, the dog handler was concerned about Betty or Terry Lynn planting evidence. She turned that into the TBI, and then they became co-plaintiffs. The irony.
A present. That is not a cooperating mother. Did you hear me?
No, we didn't hear you, because that's a smart mother. Anybody, whether you are accused of a crime or not, should do such a thing to protect themselves and the integrity of the search for their son and get legal advice.
That is a mother that is no longer cooperating with law enforcement, in addition to leaving her home during the middle of search efforts. And let's address.
She didn't leave her home during the middle of search efforts, because the first full 3 days she was there alongside your buddy, Seth Rogers, who was also there, who also went out and searched with Chris. So this whole, once again, painting a narrative that isn't true, telling big old whoppers of stories, isn't going to get you anywhere, is it?
One final elephant in the room before I close out.
Oh, elephant in the room. It's an elephant in the room.
Show.
Oh, let's hear it. You would think she had sucked on a warhead with that face she's got there. Ooh, don't make that face, Betty. Suck those lips in. Ooh, she's mad. She's so mad.
Explain to me why a mother would leave their home in the middle of search efforts and cite it's from harassment. How about all of
Because that's what was happening. They were being harassed.
these people online, on social media and otherwise, saying that the mom and stepdad won't give an interview because they will be torn apart? What do they do to Seth every time he speaks?
Let's talk about that for a moment. Let's talk about the timeline here, because Chris and Katie came out and gave an interview first and foremost. So why didn't Seth come out and give an interview? Why wasn't he running to the media? Why is it only Chris and Katie that are picked apart for them not wanting to be shredded? What's Seth's excuse? Why did he only follow in their footsteps?
What do they do to Seth every time he gives an interview? What do they do to him? Don't they criticize him?
A lot of the times we don't really criticize the interviews, because most of these little pop-up on panels aren't interviews. They're the Seth show, in my opinion. They're not interviews about Sebastian or anything about Sebastian. It's about Seth.
Mock him, call him a pedo, call him a child abuser, call him all the horrible names in the world. Don't they do that to Seth?
Didn't you just attempt to say that Chris did something to one of his sisters? Didn't you try to say that they were abusing Sebastian? The red and the green team, there's no difference between them. I'm sorry. I'm going to say it like it is. For those of you that think that there's a difference, there's not. The people that are going after Seth are just as bad as the people going after Chris and Katie. Seth is encouraging what is being done by his team. And I haven't seen them publicly try to stop anything on the red team either. So I don't even know anymore.
Now, let me ask you, now that you guys acknowledge they do that to Seth, can you explain to me why Seth isn't running away with his tail between his legs? Why is Seth still searching for his son? Why has Seth not run away
Scottston, thank you for becoming a member. Welcome to back to the command.
Away from home? Can somebody explain that? It's not like,
even if he did, it's none of our business. Just like Chris and Katie leaving their home after they felt they were being harassed and threatened completely makes sense. If Seth leaves his home, I don't care. Law enforcement knows where the guy's at. That's all that matters at this point to me.
like Seth hasn't had people creeping by his home. It's not like Seth hasn't had the whole world of this anger.
Where's the evidence to prove that? Because I haven't seen videos posted driving by their home. I haven't seen people with night vision goggles out there outside their home. I haven't seen his going to Tony's like it was with the RV park. I haven't been seeing that being under surveillance. I haven't seen people go to his job site. I've seen people pull up his job records. Wait, did somebody go to his job site to Seth? Now that I'm thinking about it, maybe.
Angry mob rain down on his head each and every time he comes live or opens his mouth. Can you guys explain to me why Seth can manage to do an interview with all the harassment and chaos that they put onto him, but the mother, the one that gave birth to this child, is running away with her tail between her legs in the middle of search efforts? Somebody make it make sense for Bullhorn Betty, because
Betty, this is over your head. I don't think any of us can make it make sense for you, truly.
doesn't make sense to Bullhorn Betty.
And the world doesn't revolve around you, Andra.
Let's not forget
The entitlement of this one.
Couldn't go to a vigil, or no, was shopping for a motorcycle to go to a motorcycle rally with little Miss Dutchie and her beau. Little Miss Dutchie, little more involved than she wants anybody to believe. Maybe that's the reason why she kind of started taking a back seat in this case.
Nah. Things that didn't happen for 5,000, Alex.
She realized she done effed up. Oh, yeah.
Speaking of out partying with the parent that names himself a suspect, didn't you guys go out on the town and stay in hotels in Nashville? Weren't you guys out on the town partying it up with somebody who calls themselves a suspect? Even though you're lying on Duchess. But didn't you? I think that was you. I think there's pictures of you, Tony, Tony's wife, and Seth going out in Nashville. I think you guys talked about it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and hey, Duchess, I just wanted to make sure you got that same little finger you gave me, Bullhorn Betty. I just wanted to make sure you got it right back.
Aw, Betty, did you see Duchess's? Do I still have that loaded? I don't think I have it loaded anymore. Hold on, let me look. Do I have it loaded? Is it this one?
Bitch, if I said some shit and you looking for apologies, scram, now you bother me. I meant that shit. Ooh, nah, bitch, if I said some shit. Now you calling me an idiot, but you are still not getting it. Yeah, I meant that shit. Every word that I said, bitch.
Oh, would that be the one? Would that be the one that hurt your feeties?
Because you'll never see me going to a motorcycle or partying down with any parent that could have done something to their child.
No, she don't hang out with upper class like motorcycle rallies. She hangs out with Proud Boys. Don't get it twisted. She would go to a Proud Boy rally before she'd go to a motorcycle rally. Bikers usually do good for their communities. She hangs out with the Proud Boys and likes to throw the racist symbols around.
You piece of shit. Let me not hold myself back. How dare her? How dare her? Her being
I love that she's so angry about something that didn't happen and trying to make this land on her audience.
up on her platform acting like she cares, and she's there partying with the mom and stepdad of a missing child at a freaking motorcycle rally. Have you lost your damn mind, lady?
Have you lost your mind? Because that didn't happen and you were the one out partying with the parent of a missing child who calls himself a suspect.
Idiots. Idiots. All right, guys, that's all I got for you today. I hope you learned something.
We learned you're unraveling faster and faster.
Hope you learned something. I could have went a little more Bullhorn Betty, but I decided to
meaning a little bit more of a liar. I don't know if you necessarily could have, because you pretty much took the cake with that.
To refrain just ever so slightly for your viewing pleasure. For your viewing pleasure. Guys, thank you. Holy smokes. Thank you all that came here. Thank you for helping me raise my money for my attorney. Dun, 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 because they suck it all out of you. And please don't forget, obviously this is something that's going on in my world. One way or another, we're going to pull through this.
Okay, I just gotta say, these people running around with Sebastian's picture as their avatar, y'all are some creepy mofos. Sorry, it is what it is. But these random people derail on her right there, that's weird. That's really weird.
And I just thank you all for supporting this cause, because in all fairness, it was wrong what they did and they're abusing the process, right? But at the end of the day,
abusive process. Let's get into that.
I could have just let it go, because I know that the legal part of it's going to have to be tossed, because there's a whole bunch of problems with the whole affidavit, the whole arrest. I know that for a fact without but it's the fact
without she can't get doubt out. Hold on.
That people think that they have a right to abuse the system. I don't.
Oh, abusive process, kind of like what's happening in Pennsylvania.
I don't have to appeal this. I could have just accepted it and just moved on to the criminal stuff. But I will be damned if somebody is going to lie under oath and make the justice system something that I have spent my career up.
What fucking career, Betty? You have no career.
I have spent my.
Besides being a fucking menace to society. That is your career, of being a menace to society.
My career, believing in, and I'm going to be damned if somebody is going to take that
I have never seen such delusional people. Delusional people. My career. You've been a career menace, a career fucking shit stain on the government and all of your family. Truly, a complete shit stain. You're the skid mark in our society. People like you.
Somebody is going to destroy that, and somebody is going to manipulate a situation that puts them in a better light when they are the ones that should be behind bars.
Even though there's, like you said, no evidence. No evidence to indicate that they've done anything. But our justice system, right? The one that you've spent your career trying to undermine and get away with shit.
Never mind the fact that they lied under oath. They said I threatened them with a knife and a machete. I have asked
A pew-pew.
here for several months for somebody to produce the proof of their affidavits. And
You also asked your audience to find you the unhinged ramblings of you talking about a machete because you say so much shit you couldn't even find it on your own. Do you need me to help you out? Because I know where it's at.
not one person from the hate channels or otherwise has ever been able to make me eat my words. Not one. And
Oh, really? Really?
all these months. So I'm still going to challenge those people that want to talk shit about me. Produce the receipts of my threats to Kathy Bauer Socks, Terry Bauer Socks,
It's on camera, you nincompoop.
Katie Proudfoot, or Chris Proudfoot. Not one person will ever be able to produce that. You know why? Because it never happened.
The delusional ramblings.
They lied under oath. That's why I'm fighting back so hard.
Okay.
That's why I'm fighting back so hard. So I do
Betty the Martyr.
appreciate all your love and support, and thank you guys, because like even this $2, that means the world to me,
$2 makes Betty holla.
right? Because we are a dollar will do channel.
She's worked on her knees behind Chili's for $1. She ain't above that shit.
We are a dollar will do channel. If everybody contributed $1, we would
Does $1 a day make Betty go away? Because I might invest in that.
we would be so far, and people have. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All of you. Thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. I look at all this. This is love. I appreciate you guys.
Oh,
I appreciate you guys doing this, and I hope you guys know this means more to me than you could ever. It's only $2 to you guys, but it's the world to me. So I do appreciate it. As a mom who says, "Where the F is my son? Where are the?"
Oh, here's those pompous assholes. As a mom who says, "Where the F is my son? Where are the streaming tears? My whole face would be soaked from crying." I'm sure glad that all of you people know exactly how you would act in a time like this.
The streaming tears. My whole face would be. We know that. We know that. Feisty Mama. Same here. Let's not forget. Couldn't go to the vigil. Went motorcycle shopping for one of the vigils. The other vigil.
They weren't shopping for a bike. They already own a bike, you idiots.
They didn't show up to any of the vigils.
I wouldn't have either. With the streaming, it was moved from a church, so it could be live streamed.
And the one that was specific.
Is she okay? Look at that face. I mean, just look at that face. Look at that face. She okay? She okay in there? Okay, let's move. Let's roll. I want to go to where. What do you guys? Okay, you guys can tell me. Do you guys want to do Julie 5D or Lolly next? Julie 5D Lolly. The first 3 comments. Hopefully they're the same and not all 3 of them. The first 3 people to like say the same thing. That's what we're going with. Julie 5D. Julie wins. So, by the way, I have not yet gotten my phone call from the publisher. But Julie now feels like she is really scared. Julie is really scared. So let's take a look.
From happening. I think finally It is
I think you need better Wi-Fi. Truly, I think you need a better Wi-Fi signal.
very scary. And I don't know if Katie notices this, but if I'm correct, Steve Fisher said on Lore Lodge that he got a $15,000 retainer, but it wasn't necessarily paid by Chris and Katie. Did I hear that right?
And what does it matter? Seth has had what he claimed was 4 PIs. Then he fired 2 PIs. And then they came out with another story that he had a PI with a tip line. So why does it matter? Seth had out of his mouth 4, fired 2 of them. Why does it matter if Chris and Katie have chosen a PI that is actually SAR certified and has resources to help search? Why does that matter? It doesn't.
Any mom?
And Yaka, thank you so much for the Publisher Defense Fund. I appreciate the support because I forgot how scared I should be. I had till the 2nd of January and that's came and gone. You know, we're only on the 25th, 23 days late. But I forgot because Julie's got a gangster in the family. You know, that's the title of her quote unquote book. So I should be shaking in my boots because this publisher of the gangster in my family supposedly has a team of attorneys. And so I might be buried in a desert somewhere because Julie's got gang connections and affiliations, I guess. I should have taken that a lot more seriously and been really scared. So this is me being scared. I'm now scared. Okay. You like how that's creative there, Julie, to switch it up for content?
Mods here.
I know I'm in danger. Run. Run. Fucking team of
Yeah,
us.
we do have mods here. Thank you.
I'm a seahorse. It's probably like a whole fucking team of them, like a round table team of them. Yeah, there's probably 6 chairs that are empty. Maybe puppets that have no hands to operate them. I don't know.
I would like Miss Bobby to come on to talk to Julie. I wish she
So
would.
scared.
I know someone who knows her. Okay, please tell her. I really want to. But I want to say this.
We're safe, guys. Don't worry. She had to write a book on a family member that she didn't even know existed that had mafia connections or gang affiliation, you know, gangster, way back in the days, way before. She didn't even know she was that big of a menace to society either. So we'll be okay. I'm really not that scared. I just cry myself to sleep because I'm so scared.
I want to prevent SF Fisher from having an easy time of getting access to those properties. There are high school students in that area who attend Beach High School.
Why would you want to prevent an actual SAR certified searcher, search and rescue, like has the certifications? Why would you want to prevent this man from being able to search for the missing child? That doesn't make sense. Never say never. Thank you for the support.
There are parents going through those areas with their younger children, right? And he should not have access to it. And the people he employs have criminal records.
Ma'am. First and foremost, he is searching for a missing child. Has nothing to do with high school students or the high schoolers around. But do you want to talk about that and your little hero over there, Betty, and her buddies going into the high school and recording without their knowledge? Do you want to talk about that? And who's on his payroll? Can you prove this? Who is he actually paying?
So the neighbors should know that if they agree to let SF or people who work with him on their properties, they potentially could have people who on their properties who have done a variety of crimes. I'm not making this up.
Like what? What have they done? What's their variety of crimes?
Believe me, I'm not making it up.
Well, where's the proof of his payroll?
I could show you the court reports.
Please do. Please show him. because I don't believe you. You're full of shit.
In fact, they're online. Go to Sumner County, Sumner County, Tennessee, court records. Sumner, it's like Sumner, Tennessee court. Sandy, if you know it, if you could put it in the chat, look it up for yourself. Or if they're in Davidson County, which is Nashville, you would have to go to a separate county. If they're in Robertson County, you'd have to go to that county's court records. So,
but you knew exactly where they were. You could prove this, right? So why isn't easy accessible?
You might have to go to a few different places for the court records.
Court records on who? Because SF isn't a resident of Tennessee.
But I find it.
I don't think his payroll docs are on Sumner County.
Did I get it right? Is my question. Did I get it right that SF Investigates said that he is being paid, but he wasn't necessarily?
He didn't say who he's being paid by, and it's none of your fucking business.
Thank you.
Didn't we hear that an anonymous person from Brentwood, Tennessee, paid the retainer for At Night Media? Sure did. So what does it fucking matter, Julie? Where's it any different?
He wasn't necessarily
oh shit.
Paid by Chris and Katie. Did I get that right? Is that correct? Just say correct or not correct for that.
Patty Ponytail, thank you so much for the support. You guys are too sweet. Thank you.
But not paid by CP or KP. Okay, good. Thank you for telling me, Raish. Thank you. Yes. So that's why I'm saying, Katie, run for your life. Is it possible the reason SF Investigates perhaps wanted to be paid by somebody other than Katie? Right?
This is going to be mean, but this is one that I wish would fall asleep on panel. I wish she would fucking tap out on panel. It would spare us a lot of headache. This is one I wish would just shh.
Is that should the blame go to Katie, right? For everything. Should the blame be put on Katie? Maybe he could avoid a lawsuit for misrepresenting to Katie what he was about to do.
I'm going to speed her up. Her internet's choppy. She's in and out.
So what I'm saying is, Katie, if you're not paying him, I don't care if you put your name on the paper. If you didn't give him the money, maybe you don't realize that there's a hidden agenda against you, Katie, with SF Investigates. That SF Investigates is really working for the Proudfoots and the Bowersocks and not you, Katie. Think about it. You're a smart woman.
Think about it. She only wants her son found. That's it.
Go to the authorities as quickly as you can. Because I would be very concerned. If you're not the one paying him, it very well may be that you're being fooled.
Oh,
because this man is the king of trickery. And he is a manipulator. And he likes to threaten women. Because I feel threatened by him.
Where's the proof of these threats? Where's the proof of these threats? These women out here, oh my God, I can't with this shit.
Why is he retweeting something from somebody I said I was scared of who was in prison? Why retweet that, SF?
So retweeting now is threat. Okay.
Why retweet that?
Because that's how that app works, is you retweet stuff.
So I didn't know where SF lived before, but I think he said California. I don't know where he lives full time. But I'm going to have to find out if I have to press charges of harassment against him.
Because SF retweeted something that white boy posted. Okay, that's going to make a lot of sense. Yep, the prosecuting attorney is going to be like, oh, yep, that makes a lot of sense.
Via the internet. This is who SF investigates. Anything else from the person I just showed who was in prison, who I felt was threatening, and you retweet it, I will consider that a threat.
I knew it.
And I'm going to go back to the police about you. Again, about you. Maybe you don't fear that. That's
If you retweet something, she's going back to the police.
fine. But I'm not going to have my police department contact your police department in California. I'm going to have my police department contact Sumner County.
That makes a whole lot of sense because neither one of those males live in Sumner County.
And I'll contact the DA's office in Sumner County to talk about how you're threatening me. And I'll call every type of civic organization.
So is this truly about you trying to get Sumner County to think that SF is a threat because you don't want him to be able to search for the missing child? Is that what this is about? Because it's not about him retweeting something, you freaking lunatic.
And school to warn them about how you threaten women who said they're scared of somebody, and then you retweet that person's. I will interpret that as a direct harassment, threatening of me, intimidation of me, bullying of me, stalking of me, to have them contact Sumner County Sheriff's Department and Hendersonville Police Department. That's how it's going to go.
Don't worry, nobody be scared. She does have a gangster in the family. That's the book she's writing, but she doesn't even know they exist. So this gangster act here of her being scared and threatened is just her creative abilities.
This is not a game. This is not a game. This is not a game. This is a dangerous person. This is a fixer. This is a dangerous man, in my opinion.
Excuse me, ma'am, but Nick the Hat is actually a fixer. Okay.
Thank you, Maui-san, for saying prayers for my situation. I'm trying to help find a missing, now 16-year-old autistic child.
Sure you are.
You're trying to prevent at least.
Well, if she's feeling threatened because of white boy calling her forehead, he's a little late to the party because that's all Kyle calls her and has been. Because it's Pika's fault that Julie got reviewed.
I know for sure. Chris Proudfoot from going to prison. Don't know about Katie. If I were Katie, I would go to the police and start talking immediately. Because whatever you're facing at home, control, harassment,
this is
belittling,
so weird,
psychological torment, humiliation, beatings potentially, it will only get worse. And don't tell them that you're doing it. Just go. Because if you threaten it, you'll be in more danger. Like when I say this right now, it puts me in more danger.
Julie, log off. Log the fuck off. It's time. Log the fuck off.
But I wanted to show it here so everybody can see that if you see him post again or repost things that are stalking, harassing, intimidation of me, please let me know. So I will take it back to the police department. So here.
So basically, so she can come on live, scream about it, give you a deadline, and then cry some more and do nothing. Tell everybody she's threatened and being harassed and bullied and all those things, and stomp her feet around a little bit, do a couple cry streams, screaming, her internet cuts out. That's what she'll do. That's the Julie back and forth. Threaten you with a team of attorneys from her publisher, give you a time frame, you better or else.
Where I live.
Been there,
for
done
them
that.
To contact Sumner County Sheriff's Department and the district attorney in Sumner County.
Patricia, I don't know if you heard me or not, but thank you for becoming a member.
And the Hendersonville Police Department, because that's where you're working from at the moment. That's the job you're working on. That's why you're intimidating me. That's why you're stalking and harassing me, in my opinion, because I feel scared, because you're employing people who have been in prison and you're reposting their posts about me.
So she's claiming that SF is employing white boy. White boy has done his time. So there's that. So is this profiling? Because he's been in prison? You know who else has been in prison? Nick the Hat.
It's not okay. But I need witnesses to what's happening because he wants me to just be quiet and be scared. I have to tell you guys what's going on. Natalie, thank you for being here. It's really scary. It's really scary. This is not a game. This guy's going to try to get ground, laser penetrating things to map out an area. I hope nobody's donating anything to him.
So a person that's actually invested in searching for the missing child, she's complaining about them using equipment to find ground penetrating radar stuff. Like, what the fuck, Julie? Tell me you don't want this kid found.
Anyway, of course, I'm here for you. I love you. I love you so much. I'm going to, yeah.
Revival. They need a class in what the word stalking and harassment is majorly. Right, Patsy Cline. I almost said Patsy Cline. Exactly. What's the point? Like, what is she freaking out about?
But
she worried that they're gonna find another gangster in her family.
I'm gonna keep this short and sweet.
Right? Cheesy.
Katie, you're dealing with. You have a husband who has a history of wives who are so scared of him they won't even come forward to talk about the hell that he put them through.
That's not necessarily the case. We have no indication that there was hell. And again, what does that have to, even if they had bad marriages, what does that have to do with Sebastian being missing?
You have this guy SF investigate.
Maybe it's because they're not opportunists and didn't seize the moment to come and make it all about them, unlike another one did. When a child is missing, because they're hopeful that the child will be found and didn't feel it was appropriate to be opportunist and take the spotlight off the missing child and get attention for themselves. Maybe that's the case. Maybe they're actually stand-up women that have nothing negative to say.
Fixer, and you're not paying him. You could be being.
How delusional can you be? She's always crying. I'm calling Nick. Nick, I'm emailing Nick. Nick's been in prison. Nick is actually a fixer. According to Mr. and Mrs. E, or Mr. E, when he read it out, if you have a scandal that you're involved in, this is the type of guy. Why are you're all gung-ho on that, but this is bad?
Being set up.
Okay. Even though I highly, highly doubt there's even that deep of a connection with SF and White Boy. I don't even know if they know each other. Probably not.
This is a dangerous family. Your father-in-law, Terry Bowersox, held up a bat to Chris's previous wife when they used the courts to take.
Ma'am, you're bragging about your family tree having a gangster in the family. I'm going to continue to say that because it's so fucking pathetically cheesy.
Her nurse
and nothing against cheesy
baby. Well, her children watched. That's your father-in-law, stepfather-in-law. Your sister-in-law told your husband, Chris, to put the truck in reverse when his ex-wife, Nina, was standing behind it and say,
and none of us were there to witness this, or do we know what actually happened? So running with hearsay is problematic.
Put it in reverse and run her over. And she's got court records about assault. Your sister-in-law. Look it up. Sumner County court records. Melissa. Look at it. This is a dangerous family.
What's dangerous is looking into people's background that very likely have nothing to do with the child being missing.
Scared of the whole family. I'm scared of SF.
You're scared. You're so scared of your own shadow.
I'm scared of the convicts that he employs.
The convicts but you're hanging out with BHB and Nick the Hat. Make that make sense. Okay. All right. Okay. Gotcha. All right. Moving along. We're going to save 5D. Well, no, actually, let's go to 5D now. We'll save the other one for next. All right. Here we go. This is 5D. If you guys remember, 5D is that clip channel that does everything for the quote unquote team and made the Where's Waldo posters. I can go back and show you guys that. It's been a while since we have reviewed her. Her specialty is defamation, and that actually is a term that would be used correctly with her. Gaslighting, lying. She has done some egregious defamation that will very likely eventually get her in a lawsuit.
You don't know me, so
And she clipped Breaking Chains video.
you have no reason to trust me, but I sincerely hope that you'll listen to this open letter because I'm writing it from a place of deep sympathy for what you're going through. I want nothing more than for your son to be found safe and sound and to return to his family. And
if you haven't watched this video from Breaking Chains, Lynn, I highly encourage it. Great video.
also firmly believe that the RICO lawsuit you have joined in is being spearheaded by your team is severely damaging or prolonging the possibility of that actually happening. In a moment, I'm going to give you 5 very compelling reasons to drop the lawsuit and the team that's driving it. But before I do, I want to qualify myself a bit because you don't know me, but I'm not just another YouTuber with a strong opinion. I'm actually a YouTuber with a strong, informed, educated, and experienced opinion. On the professional side, I spent 25 years in the tech and entertainment industries doing public relations for Apple and Google and Twitter and Lucasfilm. I worked directly with Steve Jobs, the Google and Twitter founders, and George Lucas. And after working in the tech industry, I helped form a nonprofit that was featured in the Netflix documentary, The Social Dilemma. Go check it out. I appear.
And this is why Breaking Chains will be such a great person to have as part of a village of creators and humans that want things to change for these victims and their families.
In that documentary for a couple seconds, but spent a lot more time helping to promote the ideas behind the film as a former technology executive who was very concerned with how the internet is affecting
Me, I disagree with that, but I'm going to show you the reason why, but I'll show you a few videos from her.
our lives, as you can see happening in your life today. And part of my job in all of these capacities was to.
So I highly encourage you to go watch this, but she, so this is 5D. It's a straight clip from Lynn. Like she doesn't really, it's just straight clipping Lynn. But then at the end of this, so go watch Breaking Chains video if you haven't seen it because it's amazing, but watch what she does here at the end.
And there's no new information. Usually at this point in a true crime case, the job of national and social media is to spread awareness and keep his name out there so people keep looking, not to sow chaos. You may have been told by someone somewhere that all publicity is good publicity.
Bad publicity is still publicity.
Whoever told you that was dead wrong. They are either from politics or entertainment or just plain ignorant. And they're not someone who really cares about finding your son, or they would have thought that through, because posting information that is knowingly false or misleading or with an agenda to pin a crime on specific people.
So right there, YouTube name, Breaking Chains TC. This is definitely a sick, evil manipulator that thinks she can tell Seth what to do. She is also demanding that Seth let go of people who has been doing more than anyone in that side of their family has ever done for Sebastian. Sounds very familiar. She speaks the same language of Chris. These sick demons have been manipulating Seth Rogers for far too long. Enough with trying to tell another grown man what to do. That's 5D's interjection. And then once again, she adds that. So let me switch here to just a reminder of who this person is. Betty promotes this person. And let me show you. Let me go back here. It's probably been a while since some of you have seen. She's actually, this person's got their voice in here. Let me see if I can find it really quick. Just so I can show you the voice of these people, because she does. This clip channel is absolutely out of control. Like truly a wild, wild situation. Where is it? She's got ones of me threatening, supposedly, too. Did she take those down? Oh, right here.
And I pretty much, I used to follow her, just to hear the crap she had to say. But I actually watched that day when she acted like Terry Battleshock was following her, and he wasn't. I mean, I sit there and watched her keep.
Here you go.
Hey, Dolly, what's up, brother?
What's up?
You there?
Yeah, I'm there. Turn me down in the background. Who's this? Where you calling from?
Oh, this is Lee from Virginia, man. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Not too bad tonight, Lee.
I hear you, brother. I just cut you on a little while ago. I think Katie's doing the right thing if she's the one that done it, because enough's enough.
If she
you know,
didn't do it, you mean, or if she done it?
Yeah, if she done it, I think she done the right thing.
She goes in and takes screenshots and writes all these things. This hater right there sold herself to the snake foots and the snake socks. They crying because they want to be in Betty's chat. Another liar that's doing damage control on purpose. These hood rats do anything for money.
Because, what's going to take the backer off? I mean, you never know about people nowadays. I mean, who ever thought would try to shoot Donald Trump?
She says beautiful, Betty.
I mean, shit happens.
Yeah, but has this person said anything? Has this person
She just, this person ran.
said anything threatening?
Well, she said a whole lot of stuff. And I pretty much, I used to follow her, just to hit a crap.
Oh my gosh, I just realized this. She's got freaking traitors in here. This is traitors. When she clipped Clue's rant.
And I pretty much, I used to follow her, just to hear the crap she had to say. But I actually watched that day when she acted like Terry Balasocks was following her, and he wasn't. I mean, I sit there and watched her keep looking to the.
Thank you so much for the 10 gifted memberships, y'all. Welcome to the cabana.
Yeah. And she was watching him. And then when he pulled out and pulled up to go out, she jumped in behind him, then got her and put on her little persona like.
She just does the most crazy ramblings, like all of this. I'm going to make this clear. Dolly is saying that JLR and the other YouTubers talked about Sebastian Rogers' case. So basically he's saying that Betty is late. Let me tell y'all something. This is bullshit. These people basically got all shocked by these snakes. We all know Betty ain't late to anything. How dare y'all wicked asses try to insult Betty's intelligence and all of our intelligence. We know Chris and Katie cried wolf with their evil lies. Chris and Katie been sending threats to multiple people with fake accounts and on interviews. Chris recruited these sick YouTube demons, paid them hush money to intentionally put out false information to confuse everyone. Chris been in people's ear offering hush money. He's even intimidating even Nick B. What a coincidence. Nick B won't report the truth. I mean, she just goes on and on and on with her ramblings and just one after another. But she's also the one that made the Where's Waldo poster. That's quite hysterical. 5D is a trip and a half. Let me go back here one more. Let me find one with her voice in it for you guys, because unless she took it down, I have them though. I do have them. She has been clipping her little heart out. Holy shit, she's been clipping. Holy shit. This is crazy to see how much she's actually clipped. She must have taken down some of them. Did she take them down with her name in it or her voice in it? Hold on. I'll go find it. Here's one with Duchess. Is Duchess's voice in here? Let's see. Oh, here we go.
First thing I want to show you tonight is a couple of comments that she's been making. She's been a little extra salty.
You know what's crazy? This is the shit that pisses me off. This snake ass burnt toast. And whoever the hell is this person talking?
So this is who 5D is. This is her voice. I don't know who it is, but this is her actual voice. I don't think it's a voice changer, me. I genuinely do not think it's a voice changer. I don't think it's Hong. Could be, but I would love to see how or why Lynn thinks that.
All these evil ass, dirty ass snakes. Straight up haters. Like I said, they have so many other things to talk about. But as you see, people, this is a straight attack towards Bullhorn Betty. These people are doing this shit on purpose. They all plan to talk about Betty on their panels. Just straight up shit. That's what they're doing. They're trying to all get together. Okay, everybody, make sure you talk about Bullhorn Betty on your channel.
And the reason I don't think it's a voice changer is because the background isn't clean enough for the voice. Like, I don't think it's a voice.
It's like they trying to plan something for the next court date with the Balasocks and the Prophets. We all know they all dirty, evil liars.
And she came out swinging hard just for Betty in the beginning.
As you all know, the Prophets and the Balasocks recruited a bunch of sick demons from YouTube, right? They're paying these people now.
Again, there's no proof that anybody's been paid.
These people managed to get these people to change their narratives, and all of a sudden they was attacking and harassing Seth Rogers' innocent father. they started attacking Bullhorn
It looks like it's your video, Duchess.
Betty even
Your interview.
more because the Bar Sox and the Proudfoots are trying to silence Betty. This is what this is about. So they all figure, since they all working for the Proudfoots and Bar Sox, they work for them 24/7, defending their asses. It's crazy. So to me, it's like they doing all this on purpose. It's like, let's all play Betty on our channel. Let's all find something to talk about. And it's crazy. These people are so disgusting. They're trying to find any little excuse for the next court date so they can let the corrupt judge know, oh, look what we found. Look what Betty's been doing. Look what she's been talking about.
Yeah, she's
crazy.
Latina.
Betty has her own YouTube channel. She has a mouth. She has freedom of speech, right? She can talk about whatever the hell she wants to talk about. These people, on the other hand, they want to control her. They want to tell Betty what to talk about, what she cannot talk about, who she can help, who she cannot help. This is sick. So all this is like a setup to me. For all these snakes to be talking about Bullhorn Betty is a setup. A setup. That's what they're doing. They're all trying to gang together to attack one person just because they're jealous of her. They're just pure, evil, hateful, jealous, narcissistic, sick, delusional demons. That's what they are.
See, at first she wasn't really even swinging for Seth. She was swinging for Bullhorn Betty.
And it's
She swings at anybody and everything that she can. She's one of the green team's clippers.
so sad. As we all know, Tennessee is also corrupt. Law enforcement there is corrupt. They're all buddies, right? With the Proudfoots and the Bar Sox. They too busy covering for their asses. And forget about Sebastian Rogers, right? It's been 8 months already. 8 months. And everybody's too busy trying to distract everyone. And this is what Chris and Katie wanted from the beginning. Distraction. People to shut up about Sebastian Rogers. And these people don't see anything wrong with this. This is crazy. This is crazy. They're too busy. The Bar Sox and the Proudfoots are too busy spending so much money, paying people left and right to do dirty shit to others, to destroy people's property, right?
Where has any property been destroyed? Anybody answer that?
And to try to silence Betty. That's what they're doing. Chris realized that intimidating Bullhorn Betty, you know, either through text message or verbal, through YouTube, they seen that didn't work, right? That didn't stop Betty. And nothing is going to stop her. And nothing should stop her. Because she has every right to cover these cases of these missing children. She has every right to help Seth Rogers. That is Sebastian Rogers' biological father. It is just so sickening to me that Chris, he is so controlling. These people cry like little babies. You can see the jealous and hate Chris has for Seth Rogers. He will literally do anything in his evil power to get everyone to go against Seth Rogers. It's crazy. So what I'm trying to say is, Seth Rogers has every right to work with whoever the hell he feels like working with, because his main focus is to find his missing son, Sebastian.
So that applies to Chris and Katie too. They have every right to hire SF if that's what they choose to do. Again, these are parents of a missing child. We don't have any right to tell them what to do.
Rogers. But what happens when you have a controlling little freak like Chris, so hateful, evil, and jealous? He made sure to come up with an evil plot, go to the courts, and use that. You know, they all lied.
There's actually a bunch of audio of Nina Glass, and to me, it doesn't sound anything like her. She's actually in news articles, and she does live streams and stuff.
Power Sox and the Prophets lied under oath at the courthouse in Tennessee. Lied under oath just to get Bullhorn Betty to get, you know, just to silence her.
Oh.
They violated her rights. They illegally arrested Bullhorn Betty, and this is not right. And this is so sickening. Now, they're so jealous and hateful. Bullhorn Betty has a GoFundMe. She has every right to put one up to have a GoFundMe. It's for a good cause. Because as you see, Tennessee is corrupt. The judge, they also pay the judge off.
The judge was paid off, according to 5D. See what I said about defamation?
If nobody's seen it, go back to the videos and check it out for yourselves. Everything is clearly there. These people are getting paid to do this type of shit. Talk about Betty. Okay, let's say how crazy she is. She's so delusional. You know, she don't get nothing right. She's lying. These people are lying. This is all a setup. Chris is paying a lot of people to do shit like this, to go after Bullhorn Betty. And since the next court date is around the corner, and we know Tennessee is corrupt, the judge.
See, the fact that she's got such defense of Betty makes me think, and Betty was the first one to promote her. I don't know the link or the connection, but there's definitely something more with Betty here.
Judge is corrupt.
Because you guys all know as well as I do, Betty ain't going to come out and promote any channel that's not pro her all the way. And this channel definitely made it known they were swinging for Betty.
Law enforcement is corrupt. They're all in cahoots with the Bar Sox and the Profoots. None of them can be trusted. So Betty is doing the right thing. She has every right to pay a good attorney that is sincere, that is going to do a good job.
Yes,
And
Revival.
look at the things for what it is.
Yeah, she accused me of threatening Julia.
An attorney that is not going to sugarcoat shit. An attorney that is not going to backstab her. And these people do not want Betty to even have a GoFundMe so that she can pay a good attorney to take the case out of Tennessee courts.
Meanwhile, nobody's ever impacted her GoFundMe, but they took Granny's down.
Because I will do the same thing.
5D, charge your phone.
And I'm pretty sure a lot of people agree. They would do the same thing if you're dealing with a corrupt county that violates your rights.
It is fed
Throw
up.
you in jail for 18 to 19 hours and don't allow
Here's real
you
speed.
to speak, don't allow you to present your evidence in court, none of that. They cannot be trusted. So I just pray to God that more and more people come forward. Betty deserves it, and she's going to continue getting the help that she needs. I'm just letting you people know that people like this idiot right here, this is not right. This is not right. They're all getting together to try to bring, frame Betty and bring her down.
To frame Betty and bring her down.
Just like Betty said, they're trying to get her
If I had to guess, I know somebody else that uses the term frame a lot, but it's definitely not her.
channel shut down.
About the
They're
same
trying to
weight.
put her in jail, all to silence her. And it's crazy. It's crazy. So what this lady is doing right
Sounds suspicious. Now you see the real speed, though.
here, she's putting up things that Betty had put up on her YouTube channel. And then what they do is they will say, like, for an example, oh, look what she put right here. Oh, she's lying. And look,
Kim, I think we're hitting that cusp of them waiting for the next tragedy that they can hop into. I'm seeing some go to like Idaho 4 coverage. They're grabbing onto other things, just waiting for the next big tragedy that they can leech onto and milk, because the plaintiffs in this filing in Pennsylvania should be scared shitless. They should be reaching out and seeking legal representation on their own. Again, my opinion, I don't care what they do. Truly, I hope they have the day that they deserve. But all of them should be seeking legal representation and scared shitless at this point. So I would bet we're going to see some more try to move on a little bit.
what she's talking about. Nope. You get it? It's like they want to paint Betty to look like a person that she's really not. And we know Betty has a good heart. We know Betty keeps it real.
We know Betty has a good heart. This is why I think this person's definitely more connected to Betty than anybody else.
She has a good heart. And God sees everything. Like, and of course this is a war. We living in a world
We
with a
could.
bunch of demons amongst us.
Kim, I could hit her channel. She's got stuff up saying that I threaten people and complete fabrications. Like I could do something here. Absolutely. The defamation, the saying we're paid, all of the things is extensive with this one.
And that's what's going on in this case. And this cannot stay like that. Seth Rogers, innocent father, as we all know. Chris is behind all of this. He's the one that pays people to also go after Seth Rogers. I know I'm not the only one that can see it, but Chris is a little hateful, little jealous, sick, delusional, narcissistic guy.
And the parents, they have all sorts of shit right here.
He has a lot of hate and jealousy towards Seth Rogers.
Chris is jealous of Seth.
And that's why I say whatever they did, they premeditated all this.
Premeditated it. Yeah, that's her. That's 5D. But the reason I'm showing that is because 5D is now clipping Breaking Chains and saying that Breaking Chains is trying to threaten Seth Rogers. Well, 5D isn't the only one trying to say that. Let's go over here. This is how this all flows together. This is the Lollipop Guild. You guys now will be really frustrated. We're going to start off. Well, Cher's up here. You guys want to hear what Cher had to say?
Missing. I feel very listening, so I'm like screaming at my phone.
You're
I'm like,
good.
I'm just gonna ask the link. So when you're talking about, sorry, hold on 1 second. I'm making.
We're not going to listen to the whole thing. She's really frustrating, and she has just been every single day. But you'll see where I'm getting at with the breaking chain stuff and what 5D and all of these people are trying to claim 5D. The same thing about breaking chains like 5D.
Mop water for work. Clean up before I clock out. Okay, so one thing that I really dislike, that's the same in Sebastian's case and Summer's case, and probably other cases too, but for sure those ones that we've all, dug around in, digging around in.
NJ, actually, she's from Pennsylvania too.
I don't trust people. So like with Katie or even Candace and Dawn, we have now both men. Chris wasn't there. He was hours away. Dawn wasn't there, but these two guys are the loudest in these cases.
Exactly.
But I want to know how you feel. So if I'm Katie.
Wait a second. Did you hear what they just admitted to? Let's go back here a second because Cher says something and Lolly agrees.
Clean up before I clock out. Okay. So one thing that I really dislike, that's the same in Sebastian's case and Summer's case and probably other cases too, but for sure those ones that we've all, dug around in, digging around in. I don't trust people. So like with Katie or even Candace and Dawn, we have now both men. Chris wasn't there. He was hours away. Dawn wasn't there, but these two guys are the loudest in these cases.
Exactly.
But I want to know how you feel. So if I'm Katie and I'm waking up and I'm shocked that my teenage son is missing, I feel very uncomfortable when people are calling and already have a whole story of what happened. Don led us down where he thinks the exact trail was walking down. How would you know that? And I understand, like, I would probably have a million things running in my mind, but that goes with my point too. I wouldn't be just set on one thing if I'm actually shocked my child's missing.
Right. Exactly.
I wouldn't just go with one narrative and put that in the mainstream media and try and get everyone to follow that one narrative. I want all of the narratives looked at because I don't know what happened.
Right. Totally. But yet they have stuck to the fact that he walked out that front door.
Yeah. And that's why I think maybe if he did walk out that front door, someone coerced him to do so.
I think
go look for a dog, take the flashlight or something, take the car, whatever. Someone told him to go outside.
Carried him. My opinion is someone carried him.
Yeah.
My opinion is somebody carried him.
Hello to Tammy. She's in here. Her Barnes and Noble.
Hey sis. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, I see the name. There was something else too, but I don't want to really interrupt. I just wanted to see how you felt about that because that's the same in both cases. We're being given a narrative. There's another case I dig around in that they called 911 and the first thing out of their mouth is we got a suicide, and I don't believe that case is Christian Andriacchio, but I don't believe that was a suicide at all. But that was a 911 call. Hey, we got a suicide. Well, how did you know that if you weren't even home or you weren't there, you were out buying food? You know what I mean? Like, so again, people.
And here she is trying to link it to everyone. Let's go forward. There's a spot that I'm interested in showing you guys.
We have seen them on lives. We see little slip ups. And like Cher mentioned, she was going to the school and she got up to the school and she put her hand around her throat. He what, Katie? He what?
This just makes shit up.
This was played out. It was a narrative.
Right, Duchess? Notice
and
that?
I honestly believe that Shill Fisher and Heather Cohen have those items and are putting them where they cannot be found. And that's just my opinion.
Shill Fisher and Heather Cohen.
Okay, the links.
What items?
There. Tammy, if you want to come up, you're welcome to come up. If anybody else wants to come up, you're welcome to. Tell me your thoughts. I'm good with that.
You guys are going to be frustrated.
The story was a complete distraction. His eyes, I agree.
If you want to tap out now before you get really flustered and hear me go the fuck off, tap out now, please, because she's going to go off the deep end and I'm going to say what I have to say.
I agree. It was a complete distraction because all that did was send everybody away from the house to look for Sebastian. Took all the focus off of the house. They were not sitting there in the house, going through the house, looking at every tiny little detail and all that. They're out away from the house looking for a runaway child. And you can't
You can't tell me that was not the very first distraction we had in Sebastian's case. I would argue.
Actually, the very first distraction that was put in Sebastian's case was your buddy Smiley over there screaming and calling the police department on March 4th, one of them. But as far as the actual law enforcement search and what they've been done, they weren't being distracted at all. They were doing their jobs. That's why there was 10 to 12 dogs that went through the house, bloodhounds in and out of the house. Seth was there. He was actually kicked out of the command post, you know, things of that nature. But the optics, the game, the playbook that you guys play of sorts, that started on March 4th. Actually, previous to that, when people were driving by and recording their house and doing all the shenanigans and using rumors out of Facebook groups.
You're wrong. It was the very beginning of all the distractions. And they've just gone on and on and on and on from here.
Little rundown about Lolly, if you guys have not seen her before. Whitebird, I'm seeing you say that. She is one of the most vile, vindictive, evil, demented, deranged, unhinged, disgusting, any adjective you can think of that's bad fits her. She is the one that went after Katie on Mother's Day and said some of the most horrific things that you'll ever hear somebody say, the vitriol that she spews towards Katie. She also took a clip of a news reporter or she said it was Ainsley Daniels. It was actually PJ Vision. And then she tried to twist the clip of PJ and said it was this Ainsley Daniels, confirming about these CPS reports, knowing full on that it was PJ. But she tried to sell that to her audience, got busted doing that. She makes shit up as she goes. She is truly filth. The definition.
It is absolutely horrible, friends, to think that law enforcement could see this mattress pad. And at the top.
She's also the one that when somebody in her chat started telling her about the rumor of Katie potentially being pregnant, then somebody said she needs to be sewn shut in her chat. Lolly thought that was hysterical. She's one of these vile, vile human beings. And those are nice adjectives. You're right. And Hey X
is a box. At the top is that box. This box with Katie's name on it. And to think that law enforcement says, no, that's not important enough. We don't need that evidence. Because he was a runaway. We're not looking for a child that may have had his life taken, maybe. That's not what we're looking for. We are not looking for an injured child, someone that harmed a child. That's not our investigation. Our investigation is out here looking for evidence that he might be sleeping here. Well, he wouldn't sleep on that. And just a box of Katie's senior photos right next to the mattress pad. Early on, those things were found. Law enforcement didn't need them.
You know who they were found by? Terry Lynn. You know why law enforcement didn't need them? Because they weren't actually properly collected. And how random is it that there is a box with Katie's name written on it, randomly found where Terry Lynn is searching? You tell me.
I wonder if they ever called and said, hey, those things might be of importance now that we're investigating, now that this is a criminal case. Can we get those back? If that was the case, did she give them back, or did she give a story that she had discarded them herself? Because surely you're not going to just leave those laying out there. Yes, they were real photos of Katie in the box. Yes.
Where?
And there was a storage building right next to Worsham's. And in between where Katie and Chris's storage building was in Worsham.
Notice how the story has been added to, that there was actual pictures of Katie in there. You're going to get way more flustered as we go.
Is some bushes, and that's where those were found. Just a thought about the garage or whatever. My thing is, I wonder if something happened on at some point, and as they pick him up to take him out, they're going to cover him up, and they grab the mattress pad of some, I don't know. Barnes and Nobles, I agree with you. I don't think he is still with us. I want to so bad. I want to, but there's too much being hidden, trying to distract away from all of the lies that Katie and Chris both have told.
Where? Show us every lie that they've told. I've been waiting, and none of you have been able to do it yet.
Everybody's trying to put everything on Seth, all of it out there. They wouldn't be doing that if Sebastian had just walked out that door and ran away. Katie's best friend.
Denise, we have no idea. That's the thing, is we have no idea.
I would like to know one question. Was she still there? Because I had heard she had been there for a couple of weeks. Her and her husband were in the process of splitting up, and I heard she came. She had been there for a couple of weeks. Was she still there? Because Seth mentions Chris's mother and her best friend were with her when he got to the house that morning.
Actually, he had to be reminded that that's what he said on one of his interviews with Tony. Tony had to remind him, wasn't Kathy there already? You know what law enforcement will be able to access? Cell phone data, Life 360. They'll know the whereabouts of these people. And I'm sure once this case is resolved, when it is, we'll see body camera footage of who was actually there when Seth arrived.
That's what Seth tells us. She was there. There's too many questions in this case. There's too many things that are so obvious.
Oh, really?
That's okay, Brianna. That is not Lori. That is, I want to say it's the neighbor that Katie's talking to there. But let me get back on and add another picture in here because I do have it. Let me see if I can just pull it up on my phone, and I'll show you Katie's best friend, Lori. That's what I had thought of at first, that was her, but it was not her. It was, I believe someone said it was the neighbor. And I thought she looked a little older to be best friends with Katie. And I was like, well, okay, maybe, you know. But no, and that was not the best friend's husband because they were in the process of splitting up. And let me see where it's at. I have got so many pictures, guys. Oh my gosh, my phone is piled full of pictures.
I'm going to skip forward because she shows the picture right here of somebody. Again, they don't give a fuck. She shows more pictures. I'm just going to kind of scroll through so you guys can see what I'm talking about. It's completely outlandish, but here we go.
That nobody would have ever thought much of at first. And everything just got pushed by the wayside. But here we got to go over some more stuff. More things we have to talk about. I didn't want to show that mattress pad. That was gross. But it's coming up on a year. This child needs to be found. Law enforcement, I pray, has had a change in heart and are starting to do their job. I just pray it's not too late.
Law enforcement is just starting to do their jobs, huh?
And I hope and pray more than anything that they have that mattress pad. And they have done DNA on it. Because if that belonged to Sebastian, that is not good at all. And it's heartbreaking.
They're just recycling rumors. I told you guys.
It's heartbreaking to think that law enforcement would not have taken that, bagged it up, and just put it in a box in case it was needed later.
You guys are going to see where the whole like 5D, what they're doing with breaking chains, and you're going to see Wally's going to put it into words what they're trying to say.
But they were going with the mother and the stepfather's narrative. He ran away.
Fuck
exactly, SW. Everyone wants answers, but Seth needs them.
Everyone wants answers, but Seth needs them. Not Katie and Chris. Just Seth.
Seth needs to be able to breathe. If his child is alive and found and brought back, he needs to be able to just have a good breath of relief.
Oh.
And if he's no longer with us, Seth needs to be able to have closure.
Oh.
He needs to be able to start that grieving process. It's not something you get over in 1 week and leave and go on vacations. Trust me, it's not. I couldn't even come on here yesterday and talk. I just couldn't do it. All I could do was miss my son and cry.
But zero empathy for Katie.
And it's almost 5 years.
Mm.
It's almost 5 years. And those days still happen. Seth has a long road ahead of him if that is the narrative. And he deserves it. Just like Brandy Vaughn, she deserves to know where little monkey Michael Vaughn is at and put her baby to rest. She needs that justice. She doesn't need to be fighting cancer of the worst kind right now without any big hope of a great outcome. She doesn't have a lot of that. And to have to worry about her son.
Brandy has so much strength. It's remarkable.
These parents need justice. These parents need to pay for what they're done.
Oh.
If they're responsible. And right now, everything is speculation. Everything is an opinion.
Oh.
We do not know what law enforcement has or does not have.
But you said they're not doing their jobs.
But to hear that Heather tells us that law enforcement did not want a bloody mattress pad when there is a child that supposedly ran away, it doesn't make sense. And now that I know who her partner is, it makes sense.
Heather's partner is SF? Since when?
More distractions. And to listen to that man say, if I found evidence that Katie and Chris were guilty, I would turn them in. No, he would not. He would
Not that I know of, no.
lose his paycheck if he did that. That's not what he's getting paid for, folks. And there's a letter that's been put out by another channel to Seth.
Right here. They're talking about breaking chains.
And basically says that you'll never find your son with having RICO cases.
That's not what it said at all. Not even remotely what it said.
First of all,
and if any of these motherfuckers cared one bit about Seth, they would have listened to that and said, you know what? She's right. She's right. This isn't helping find Sebastian. This has nothing to do. It's a distraction, and they're putting Seth in a worse spot. Again, he is exploiting his son being missing, and they are exploiting every bit of him. And when I say they, I mean At Night Media, Tony Mathis, Brittany J, Bullhorn Betty, Chasing Crime, Julia Valente, Hong, Nick.
Well, the RICO case has nothing to do with Seth. Seth did not file those. The lawyers filed those.
The lawyer, because there's supposedly not two lawyers, Lolly.
Against people who are talking bad, mad crap. And enticing their audience to attack and to take that narrative.
You haven't even read the filing, have you?
And spew hate. That is what that is about.
No, it's claiming that they're interfering with the investigation and the search of a missing child because of their shit talking, which isn't. And most of them have personal vendettas with the defendants and were used to bolster, in my opinion, fraudulent claims.
There's a lane you should stay in and a lane you should not cross. And they crossed a lane. And therefore, they're responsible for that RICO case, not
are they?
Seth. It's disgusting how they want to portray things and turn things around to make it as if Seth is horrible when we all know he's a grieving father. But it's up to law enforcement to do their job.
How they could twist Breaking Chains video into this is beyond me, but the team is obviously being instructed to make it look like it was so negative against Seth.
It is up to law enforcement to make something happen. Yes, SW, I could play a little short clip for you real quick. Listen to this, guys, for those who have missed it.
Crafty girl, I don't know her personally, but I assume so from people that did know her or were friends with her, yes. And I don't wish that on anybody. But to weaponize that against Katie and continue to attack Katie and Chris, well, she admits that Chris was not in town. She admits that. We just heard her say that to Cher. She knows that Chris wasn't there, but she still goes after them constantly. She is another Smiley knockoff. A couple weeks ago, she was trying to claim that her and her buddies were talking to a CPS worker in Texas that was going to look into schools and all this stuff. And there was a case opened, and they're just busybody bitches that are fucking don't have brain cells, all of them combined.
I'll play this real quick so you can hear it from his words, and it won't be my words.
The
I
letter.
don't want y'all to take just my words. Let's listen to SF himself.
Yep, not a problem here. So, I was on the Riley Strang case, and listen, I had no intention of getting involved in this case either because
And here she goes. Again, SF is their PI. Whitebird, thank you so much for the gifted memberships. Welcome to the cabana, you guys. At the end of the day, I've said this a million times. I'm not an SF fan. We shouldn't be. Like, truly, we shouldn't be. He's a PI who the parents chose to hire to search for their missing child. Just like Seth's PI. I haven't been going after Seth's PI. These are their choices at the end of the day. Now, one hired somebody who is actually trained for searching, and the other hired a team to file an injunction in Pennsylvania and hasn't searched one time or done anything besides fabricate information about satellites, images, the dates, the time frames, the Texas Roadhouse footage. They've created distractions and not once searched. But at the end of the day, Laura Lodge isn't involved in Sebastian's case, and neither at the base is SF. He is just hired to search for the missing child. Laura Lodge is an opportunist who saw ability to make a lot of money off of a missing child's case because the true crime genre is where the money is. And he typically does Bigfoot shit. He's a conspiracy theorist from hell that's got some extremist beliefs. Are you trying to be a jester, Laura Lodge? That's what I want to know. You're so proud about all of this stuff with the Shriners and being involved in that shit. So what is it? You trying to be a jester?
Former PI partner, for lack of a better word, we didn't have any agency.
And I will never, ever have any respect for any men that sit and argue about or diminish the trauma of a female and what she went through to try and say, oh, we're going to diminish her because her son went missing. Fuck out of here. You're sick.
But we did all our cases together. She's based in Nashville. She was actually on the case. She was retained by staff, and she is an amazing investigator. And there's absolutely no reason for me to be involved. And one, I mean, she went to brought me in. She didn't need my help. And two, it'd be weird, like it just wasn't an option. I wasn't going. I hadn't talked to Chris or anything. But what I was doing, just as a civilian, is I was putting on my Twitter some based off search and rescue, theory and analysis and planning, areas that I thought were search grids that were smart.
So yeah, he rambles on some more, but Heather was his partner. They had worked all their cases together. And therefore that makes me understand why when listening to
I think he's actually worked with Chloe too in the past. He said he actually started like really heavily talking about this when Chloe was fired.
Absolutely. How Heather is being very protective of Chris. It's just funny how those things are working out, how things are really starting to connect.
If you guys would have paid attention, he said right in the beginning that what was being done to Chloe was, you guys are idiots.
And it's his words, not my words. It's my opinion.
Revival sounds like another male I know. When they don't have anything, they go to personal insults.
That they are the ones that are causing Sebastian's case to turn into the biggest circus YouTube has ever seen. Those of us over here covering true crime cases were just fine.
Those of them, okay, this right here is ironic. Those of them that were covering true crime cases, she went from Summer Wells to Sebastian.
There were little squabbles, disagreements, blah, blah.
Missing children with no crime committed that is known as of these dates. They are missing. The children are still missing. But they were fine. They were just covering their true crime, right?
But there was not the bullshit attached to it all until Sebastian's case. And I honestly believe in my
Where's my Summer Wells people? Was there bullshit in Summer Wells' case?
opinion, guys,
Is there bullshit in Summer Wells' case?
just like the narrative of Sebastian running away, Chris created the narrative. Let's cause some distractions and make them look the other way. You have Seth, who is a father, crying and hurting. And you have a stepfather who's hot-headed, egotistical, and just downright disgusting, who wants to control the whole narrative. And you have a mother who cannot tell the same story twice. Oh, SW, when I heard SF say that the other night, I got sick to my stomach. I'm like, oh my gosh, this has been going on that long. That's how long all this crap has been going on. And like I said earlier, when Chris calls law enforcement and tells them Sebastian ran away, that's when the distraction began. They took everything away from the house and off there being the focus. They did not want to be the focus. They wanted everything outside of that house to be the focus. Stay away from here. It's out there. Go out there. That was the very first distraction on day one. Oh, if you heard the letter to Seth, it's just, it's more of a distraction on why he should put the RICO case away, because he's not going to find his son because of the RICO case. Guess what? The RICO case means nothing to us. It does not pertain to us. And we will continue to do what we have to do to call out the BS and to focus on Sebastian. There's a channel called, I think it's called Breaking the Chains. And there is a letter to Seth that she reads. If you ask me my opinion, there is a creator on the other side who is connected to Netflix. And this is a letter she wrote, and that woman is reading it. I have information on that. It's already been turned in. Oh, he uses elitist worm. Yes, I'll get Bobby and Carter. He got really pissed, didn't he, on that one? I'll get Bobby and Carter and we'll sit down and hash this out. Well, guess what? Your friend Carter told us that he does not tell you what to do, what not to do.
Again, there's absolutely zero indication. Oh, breaking chains. Breaking chains. Did you not know you have caused all sorts of shit? Your amazing video and your open letter to Seth is basically, you know, a setup. Fucking ridiculous.
Law enforcement does not.
And they didn't say that. That's just what they're trying to make their audiences believe.
Tell you what to do. They did not advise you not to take a test. They did not.
We have no indication that those emails, what they really even are, what they were in reference to. Again, Spanky and the bullshit. Not going to buy it.
Advise you not to say this, not to say that. I've even heard him say, law enforcement advised me not to.
Yep. Yes. Breaking chains. Yes. Yes. They have. The team is in scramble mode because of your video, which is crazy to me. Crazy to me. If you just came into, I don't know. Somebody said that you think 5D is Hong. Her voice is in some of her videos. I played one of them. Now, somebody said she might be using a voice changer. I don't think she is, but I would love to hear your thoughts on that. If you do think it's Hong, I would love to hear your thoughts.
To speak on that, but has told Seth to make sure he told everything he knew. What? Yes, I agree, Chloe. Chloe supposedly found, while they were looking and found the mattress pad in the box, supposedly she found a steak knife as well. And her and Heather are partners, and it's just a big happy group, I believe.
No, they were hired at 2 different times, you idiot.
And it is the saddest, most sickest thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
And they talked about that. Chloe actually was going in chats of Terry Lynn's, talking to Seth and asking Seth questions and trying to connect with him as of like March 16th, 17th.
A mother who is not guilty will not plead the fifth. A mother who is guilty doesn't talk much because she's afraid she's going to slip up, just exactly like Katie did. Yeah, K-Mac, it's just more distractions and more junk put out there. It's insane how much all the bickering and the fighting and the slinging mud at each other. It's horrible. It is absolutely horrible. And they say that their channels are about Sebastian. Don't put his name on there. Don't put his name on a channel that's going to use every cuss word in the English language.
Shut the fuck up. First and foremost, I don't even use Sebastian's name very often, ever. I think I've used it a handful of times in videos. Secondly, I would rather cuss and be honest than fabricate complete fucking stories and act like you're some advocate when you're nothing but a vile fucking bitch. She's sped up to 1.75. Listen to this at regular speed. I told you guys the other day.
Don't do that.
I don't think BJ is the only one that's caught up in taking this way too far into their real life, this case. I think there's many of them that are so caught up that they can't see through the weeds anymore.
Blackmail is illegal. Yes, it is.
Blackmail.
They just
Huh?
don't care.
This video was blackmail, huh?
I tell you, friends, I wanted to talk about this. I wanted to put it out there. I wanted everyone to know SF and Heather Cohen, the PI that used to work for Seth, are partners.
No, that's not what was said.
They're found while she's searching a mattress pad that is all stained up.
Was it Heather or Chloe? Because before you said Chloe and now you're saying Heather.
Between the storage building and Worsham's, she finds right beside the mattress pad a box that had Katie's name on it. And it's right beside the convenience store that...
Isn't that convenient?
3 people called in a tip to say Kathy Bowersox.
Just like the random pair of glasses that were found in an area by Seth's team. The glasses in the middle of the road, but the glass wasn't broken. The frames weren't broken. Nobody had ran over them. The irony of that too, huh?
Was parked at that store at 5:45 the morning that Sebastian went missing.
Grandma Nini, yeah, I don't know if she has one or not as far as anything with Sebastian's actual disappearance or anything of that nature. But even if she does, I don't blame her one bit for having one. And I know that they have one for the stuff with Betty. Maybe that's just their attorney in general. But again, I don't blame any parents for having attorneys at all. Not one bit. I sure as hell would.
There's a lot of coincidences.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that if we just stop the crap.
Breaking chains, I can't even understand how any of them. Your open letter was so well done. So well done.
And go back and look through. We're going to find it.
But it's common sense again. It's common sense and logic. And they don't want Seth to use common sense or logic because then they're not being coddled to continue to attack and re-victimize and abuse Katie.
We're going to get it figured out. Because we have the heart for Sebastian. We want Sebastian found. We're all here for the same reason. We're not here to attack anybody. We're not here for anything else.
Meanwhile, she has attacked Katie over and over and over again, blatantly attacked, viciously attacked Katie.
Oh, Brenna girl, you're fine, sweetheart. You just take care of you and your pup. We love you. Exactly. Holly S. Why? For dollars. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. And for Heather to say that she called law enforcement and they did not want the mattress pad. Is that because they were looking for a runaway boy, not a boy who had been harmed, possibly? Or did they just not want it so they didn't have to have any type of connection to their friend? So does Heather...
Or is it the fact that the chain of custody was completely broken and it was random weirdos that had been magically stumbling across items over and over again and they weren't interested in the games?
Or have those items, does she give them to him?
Right, crafty girl? She
Oh,
just
thank you,
lied.
Kelly. That's so sweet. Welcome to being here, and we're glad you're here with us. It's insane.
This was last night. Her one from tonight is even worse.
Hi, Deborah. So, guys, with that, I'm going to get off of here and let y'all go. Oh, thank you, Kelly. But y'all stay alert. If you see something, if there's something out there that looks off to you or something, screenshot it, screen record it, whatever you need to do. If you feel it's something that needs to be turned in, make sure to turn it in.
Waste more resources.
If it's something you're not sure about, email it to me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, email it to her, not law enforcement. Email it to her.
I'll turn it in.
You guys are pathetic.
It's either
fucking turning in photos and shit from Facebook discussion groups is ridiculous at this point. It is so fucking stupid. You people and wasting grown-ass adults wasting resources and then complaining about law enforcement being understaffed and not doing their jobs. Are you fucking joking?
we work hard together,
We work hard.
or we're going to be just like the other side.
The other, fuck. Yeah, the right side of history. She's on the right side of history too. She's another one that gets up there with BJ and Spanky and the group. You know, the right side of history is hoping something heinous happened to this missing child and that somebody's guilty for it. That is the right side, is hoping for the worst outcome possible.
Oh, thank you for those kind words, SW. I do appreciate everybody being here. Like I said, I apologize for not being here yesterday, but it just was.
I'm over it. I'm over it. Anyways, you can see what's going on. They're all in high gear. Why? I don't know. Could it be the fact that their filing in Pennsylvania is falling apart and they're all being told to distract in every way, shape, or form? I think that's a huge stressor. Should be a huge stressor for every single one of them, especially the plaintiffs. Because, and if their people around them are not advising them to get their own independent consultations with attorneys, they're stupid. They're fucking stupid, because all of these plaintiffs are on the hook. They're on the hook for all the defamation, everything like that. By the way, also, I don't know. Somebody asked me the other day, they're like, you supposedly said that Uncle Taco is withdrawing from the lawsuit or something. He's never been a plaintiff. Just to make it clear, I don't know where the lines got crossed on that, but Uncle Taco is not a plaintiff. Him and Aunt Burrito wrote exhibits, declarations to try and bolster arguments in the exhibits, but nothing has been filed as of the exhibits. He is not a plaintiff, though, in the suit, so he's not, as far as I know, there is nothing for him to withdraw from. He's not a plaintiff. He just wrote declarations in the exhibits. So I'm not sure where the lines got crossed on that, but he's never been a plaintiff. He only wrote declarations, him and Aunt Burrito, and they lied in their declarations. Unbelievably, like huge, blatant lies. Yeah, it's crazy. It's literal projection. It is. It has gotten so bad, though, and they've all just gone back to the very beginning. And they're regurgitating, like Betty. Betty went through and clipped herself. That's what she did today. She clipped a bunch of her own segments and put them back to back and was like, the timeline. I hope we can find something. Are you fucking joking? So Betty hopes that they can find evidence of where Sebastian is by her videos. Are you people okay? None of these people, let's be very clear. There has been no updates in Sebastian's case since the beginning. Nothing that is happening is anything to do with Sebastian. It hasn't been. It is characters who have inserted themselves as main characters who have no association with the baseline of the story. They weren't there when Sebastian went missing. They have nothing to do with it besides they've leached on to one parent or the other, and they're riding it out for content, clips, and views. Clicks, clips, all of it. None of them are actual factors in Sebastian being missing. They have inserted themselves as characters in his story. This is part of the playbook. And now we have the playbook adding filings. When you can't get the public optics that you want, you take it to another level of filing frivolous lawsuits. They just keep adding to their playbook, and it's ridiculous because they're the games, the things that are being said on X. Oh. And at what point in time, like, I got a question for you guys. This is something that I sit and wonder. I understand that law enforcement doesn't have any updates that they need or are, you know, bound to tell the public. I get that. Like, they are keeping things close to the vest. They obviously don't have anything to update the public with at this point. But at what point in time does law enforcement come out and protect parents that of missing children and say this company is no good? Like, where does that ever happen? Will they ever? I wish they would. What do you guys feel about that? I wish they would say something, because my biggest fear is the next tragedy that hits, the next family will be sucked in by this same group of people and we'll have worse on our hands. It's already bad enough what's happening to this family, let alone. Yeah, breaking chains. I don't even know what the answer is. Like, it is so far out of sorts. Like, what they are doing and exploiting this family. I don't know if there's anything they can say either, because it's private entities. And again, it goes back to, like, Seth has the right to be represented by anybody he chooses, right? He can pick a national spokesperson. But at the same point in time, like, how do we protect these? I don't know. I don't understand. And they clearly don't have any association, law enforcement doesn't, with this agency whatsoever. I mean, it's very clear. Their exhibits even say, you know, Nick can't have any workings with law enforcement, but it's just frustrating. And then, even then, I guess here's the thing that would happen though. Oh, Kim, I agree with you. Even if law enforcement was to come out and say something, you know as well as I do that they would rip it up shreds and say, oh, corruption. Once again, they're corrupt. They're corrupt. Yeah, I wish T-Dub at this point, I wish they would come out and do some, like, fact versus fiction in this case and kind of do a once over. But, you know, there's very few cases that they do that. And again, if they're already tapped on resources, it's not going to be top priority, which it shouldn't be. But yeah, it's out of control. I just worry for the safety. I've been worried about the safety of the family for months and months and months, but yes. Breaking chains. I would absolutely love that. When I was listening to your video, I was like, this is one of the people we need to connect with so badly, because Duchess, Am, all of us are like having the conversations constantly. And I think you would chasing, I know, like, there's a lot of people, the subs too, who aren't like creators, that would love to be involved. And there's some with some pretty good ties and stuff. So I would love, because it's going to take a village of us to get things changed. It's going to take a village. Tori, who are you talking about? What are you talking about? Did I say something and you're wondering where it came from? What are you guys talking about? Oh, I missed something up above. Hold on. Let me go see what's going on. Oh, hallucinogenic. It's crazy. It's crazy what's happening. And unfortunately, the ones that get coverage, there is more of a push. Breaking chains. Okay. I would love to connect with you though. Yeah, because I don't care what happens. Well, I do care what happens, of course, but I just want change in the right direction. I just want things to change in the right direction. And the more of us that are pushing and know what we're pushing for, breaking chains, one of the things I am working for is I am going to start, I'm making a state by state, like, alphabetical order of email addresses. So the links are right there. So all they have to do is copy and paste for attorney generals and then legislators in the states. So we can do like a mass emailing campaign to people in each and every state. So then we can work on a form letter. Yeah, I'm not sure who's I'm not sure, Duchess, either. I went up and saw a couple and then I was just like, I'm confused, so I'm not even gonna invest any idea. Like I'm not going there because I think things are being misinterpreted. So I'm just leaving it alone. I think we're good. But a form letter, so people are, the easier we make it, the more people are willing to do it. A lot of people won't invest time, but if there's a link that they can put in a form letter and send it off, people are more likely to do it. They'll take the 5 minutes to send an email, as long as we have it go into the right people in the form letter to say it has to be strongly worded and powerful and to the point in a very like specific fashion, not long-winded. So yeah, we need volume. We need an actual legit journalist to do a piece on this of what's happening to these families. We need, yeah, something going here. Yeah, you guys, I think there was just a misrepresentation or miscommunication up above. Tori, that's not, they're not saying that you don't care about people, missing people of color. You're right. Please don't take that personally, Tori. She is very correct, though, on what gets most attention in social media is your typical white child. There is a very specific target audience for things. Again, she's not saying that about anybody in this chat, but what she's saying is that is what garners most attention. And unfortunately, it just continues to happen that they hit these specific cases. Yeah, please don't misinterpret what she's saying because it's not directed at you at all. It's just in general. We talk about that quite a bit about how, you know, you can go through the state missing and you'll see which ones people cover the most. And thankfully we have wonderful people in these communities. Duchess, Arctic, Mind of Monsters, Chasing, Chico. There's just so many people. I can't even list them all that do cover all of the missing children. So yeah, it's an actual thing for sure. Crystal, you're not going to be attacked for that. You're not going to be attacked for that. But I think people, like there's standard protocol, right? There's standard protocol that has to be in place. So I don't think you're going to go into every missing person's case or missing child's case. I do think that there's a problem with them all being listed as runaways. That I do find problematic. But I don't think law enforcement needs to jump to the conclusion that they're the worst case, because then some people assume the worst case and they don't put the effort into finding things. So I think it's a catch-22. I understand what you're saying, but I think it would be more appropriate to say, like, don't assume everyone is a runaway. Treat collect anything that you think is possible that might help you have a scent to find him, anything like that. So you have all of the evidence in case it is. Is that what you're kind of getting at? Yes. They should all be treated with urgency but not worst case outcome. Like I think that would actually have a negative impact. Yes, the first 48 hours is crucial in any type of situation. That's just standard procedure. Like but the first 48, the TV show made a lot of people misrepresent what law enforcement, how they actually go about some of these cases. Each case is going to have its own, that's why they have to be trained, specifically for what they're doing, because each case has its own set of circumstances and problematic stuff. They're up against a clock because it's a human life. Yeah, Sebastian's case was treated exceptionally well with urgency. 100% Pika. Yeah, Sunday, I agree with that. Yes, the runaway thing. But a lot of times, if that's, I mean, a lot of times it's not till after that they realize it's not either. Like there's, you can't all just be hanging out hoping he comes walking home. Well, first and foremost, I'm going to hope that he's still alive, and I don't think he's ever going to just come walking home. That would be asinine. But right now, I follow with law enforcement and have belief that law enforcement is going to resolve this case one way or another. If he's out there, they will find him one way or the other. I am not sitting here hoping for a negative outcome. Do I think it's, I don't share my opinions about this case for a reason, because what I think is likely in this case doesn't impact what the reality is. I follow the facts from law enforcement, period. My opinions don't fucking matter. Yeah, it really is. Hey, Roro. No, you guys, thank you for hanging out with me. This was a late Saturday night one, but after spending all day with the teenagers, and I didn't even rip into Lolly. I gave you guys a trigger warning and didn't even go hard. I'm tired. Can you tell? I'm like, so one thing, Breaking Chains, if you're still in here, Duchess, Anne, I know all of us, like, I guarantee, like, there's so many people that really do want to help, and that's amazing. Now it's just like starting somewhere. We need the noise level to raise. That is one thing I know for sure. And I'm not saying like attacking creators. That's not what I'm getting at, that noise level. I'm talking about people who are in positions of power that can help us. We need the noise on their doorsteps. And I'm not saying go and pull and bullhorn Betty's either. We need resources to the organizations that help these families, so they're not driven to social media for help. We need laws to change to protect the dignity of the minor children and the families. Yes, nonsense on the web. Yes, absolutely, Breaking Chains. I love that. Your video the other night, I watched it and I was, oh God, your videos are just, I can't say highly. You do such a good job. Like the way your brain works and you are so articulate with everything. I'm like, can I be that when I grow up? I need to grow up someday.
Oh, I gotta show you something.
No, you do exceptional articulating what you're saying. We did, Kim. We did. And the little ending where the little girl pops up. Thank you, Pika. You're amazing.
You want to see how crazy people are?
Oh gosh, here comes Kenzie. What?
Okay, so this guy was yelling at us for him dying, and I said it's not our fault. You have one kill.
Oh, on the video
blew me
games.
up.
She's playing video games. Holy shit.
Just wait, that's not all of it. My game crashed, and he's still going.
Wait, what's he calling you?
All types of names. He said you're like your mother, you're a skank, all this stuff.
Well, I mean, I'm not a skank these days, but
I was like,
I mean, you are like your
"You told me
mother.
to get a life," and I was like, you're doing the same thing I'm doing right
What
now.
game are you playing?
Modern Warfare 3.
Modern Warfare 3. Kenzie in her video game.
But like,
She's always fighting
Mom,
somebody.
No, I legit said you're just mad. Kai doesn't even want you to talk. Just shut up. Like, stop talking. Because he kept blurring his words because he kept cussing.
I'm walking away fast. I'm walking away. Run. I don't know shit about video games, first and foremost. And all I know is I randomly hear bouts of fucking yelling because she's telling somebody off. You should see, is that Discord? I think it's Discord. Is that Discord he's messaging you on?
No, that's the game.
That's the game?
Yeah.
Can they see that?
Huh?
The game people can see that? Can you report him?
They don't do anything.
Report that ass. Tattle on him. Tell his mommy. He's probably my age though.
No, because legit,
Holy cow.
44. He sent me 44 messages.
Oh,
in the
he's saying,
span of 2 minutes.
he's saying hefty whale. Holy shit.
It won't let
Next
me.
time, keep your gums shut.
And legit, all I said, you can't have
Useless
my
fat
friends.
cow.
I normally talk
You're
a
a
lot of
trash
crap.
can.
I legit talk a lot of crap, and normally I do. But
Only
this
thing your
time,
mouth is good for. Goodness.
all I said was, it's not our fault. You can't get more
This
than
is-
one kill. That's all I said. He sat in a lobby to talk crap.
Casual art said, Kenzie, there's a cat outside.
Who?
She says, who?
Yeah,
She stops dead.
No,
She
the
stops
Maine
dead in her
Coon's
track.
outside.
Oh, she said the Maine Coon's outside actually right now. She's going to feed the Maine Coon. Oh, goodness, you guys. Oh, he's probably either that or 60X. They go from, like, a lot of them are my age in their 40s that talk the most shit on there to kids. Just remember, if your kids are playing Modern Warfare, that's right on the game. Like this guy, and I didn't read the ones that are horrible. He's calling her the C word. He's spelling out all of the blocked words over here. He's calling her every name under the sun and saying horrendous things. And this is all in the game chat. This is crazy. So if you have kids playing those games, watch the chats because holy shit. Yeah, she plays Call of Duty too. Hey, Mercedes girl, how are you feeling? How's mom? Yeah, they're terrible. She used to put Kyle and I on the headsets. I've cussed a few of those. Well, they're not little boys. She'll give me the headset if they're my age and they've been like talking mad shit, and I'll get on there, and a couple of them ended up following me and apologizing to her. Kyle got on there a couple times and they were like, you went and got your dad? And she's like, yeah, I did. And then she sent a few foot pictures of Kyle too. When they get really inappropriate, she'll come take a picture of Kyle's foot and it's all hairy and gross. And then she'll send back Kyle's foot picture to him.
I think that what triggered him more, because it's a grown man. It's a full grown man. He was talking the whole time in the game. And that's when I said it. He said, get to doing dishes, you useless cow. And I said, you should be doing the dishes.
Because you beat him in a game?
He was on my team.
Oh, God. Pick a better team next time.
No, but he goes,
He goes, what?
You're muted. He legit told me to get to doing dishes, and I said, you should do dishes. You play like a female.
Is there dishes in this thing?
No.
Okay. If there was, I agree with him on that. If there's dishes, you should go
They're
do
not
them.
my dishes.
Oh, I know. I'm like, block him. And she's like, he's about her ear better. She's playing on PC, whatever that is. You guys see what my life is like? I had teenagers all day today. Now I have
I'm not
Kenzie.
blocking him. It's funny to watch him cry.
She says she's not blocking him because it's fun to watch him cry. See, she might be a little like her mom. Okay, she trolls the trolls. She kind of has, that's like when they came in here and talked shit. She's like, which one's talking shit this time? Let me at him. And I'm like, no,
You can't say I have.
I'd like to keep my channel.
When you're sitting there because you're crying over one word I said.
You have a life. You collect cats.
He's doing the same thing I'm doing, playing video games at 10
And migraines for your mom. Yeah, Emily, breaking chains. Yeah, we know. I don't know. Sorry, guys, if things are happening that I'm not even seeing. Hey, Lady K. Kenzie over here. You see where she gets it from, though? I mean, she gets it from. Hey, Terry. I'm just rambling now, you guys. We did content earlier. Now I'm just rambling. What? On where, Emily? Where did that happen? You can't send photos on this game, can you? I know Discord they can. She's in some, Kenzie is on Discord too. And I'm like, nah. Oh, Mercedes girl, I hope you're not getting sick. And I'm glad she's doing better. That's good to hear. Emily, which website? Terry, I hope you're doing good. Whiskey, get out of here. Anybody want a cat? On X. Emily, did you know that there's a whole porn with the P site on X? That's like a whole thing. And you know what? It's the one place I have not stumbled across that stuff on, but I am in stripper algorithm on YouTube. I ain't mad at it though. I mean, they're at least nice. They're not hateful. Some of them have really fucking funny stories too. Some of the stories that they tell, the stripper stories, are hysterical. I have to say, some of the stories of some of the things that they end up doing to some of these clients that think that they can get handsy is pretty fucking hysterical.
I'm in a lot of systems, but
Some of them are very creative with their ways of seeking, like not just kicking them in the face with a heel type of stuff. Some of them are pretty creative with their ways of handling business. I call it Twitter too. I never call it X. Yeah, I end up in the weirdest spot. I go from truck driving to stripper. Don't ask me. And if I see one more TikTok dance in my, do you guys scroll through shorts? Any of you scroll through shorts? Like just, yeah, hallucinogenic. It's going to take a big community of people. Like that's the thing, is it's not going to just be one or two of us. Like it's going to take a whole community of us to really push for, like a bunch of people that really want to push for these things, because we've got to do them in state to state, a lot of it too, and then continue to push. Like, oh my gosh, that cat.
oh no, there she goes.
Okay, you guys get caught. Is anybody else frustrated by the freaking TikTok dances that you're seeing? I'm so sick of the TikTok dances. Nothing against people that dance on TikTok. Do your thing. But YouTube Shorts used to be like not just repeated TikTok dances, but because all of them got shut down on TikTok for like 12 hours and panicked, they all started loading their stuff to YouTube again. And it's just the useless, mindless scroll of the same TikTok dance, the same song. And it gets so frustrating. Yeah, they still dance on TikTok. And now shorts can be up to Vine, T-Dub, the Vine app. Is that what you're talking about? Or actual grapevines? Yeah. Kimberly, I think it will in Pennsylvania for sure.
Mine's basically TikTok.
Yeah, isn't there wasn't it Musically or something?
Musically, or no, Vine, Musically, and then TikTok.
Yeah, something like that. It's just annoying though, because you can do 3-minute shorts now. Did you guys know that? You can do 3-minute shorts. I'm thinking I'm going to start doing some like once-overs, like a recap of the day in the fuckery maybe, of how much harm is being done or the latest rumors. I've been thinking about doing like a short 3-minute recap segment almost daily, because that's something that's easy to record and voiceover. Like I never really go back and like edit anything when I do pre-records as is. I just run with it. Oh my gosh, you guys hold on. Wolfie, you're gonna miss it, but here you go.
She's looking in the camera too.
She's sucking on the blanket. No, she's not, because Dexter's in here. Kiki went after Dexter yesterday. It was so fucking funny. Oh my gosh, Kenzie and I
Her
were
tongue's still
laughing.
going. It's a perfect angle.
Oh, it is. Why is her tongue still going?
It's still going.
I'm gonna have to clip that. You should record it.
No.
Well, I can clip it out of this and mute it. Her tongue's still going. Look at it.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it still going? Whiskey, are you broken?
Oh, there's the tubas.
Smush, leave the computer alone, Smush.
Say hello.
She's a pretty girl. Is her tongue still going?
Yeah. Oh, wait. I think she's not.
Don't touch the computer, Whiskey. One's pushing the thing. If you guys go shut really fast, it's because Smush is on top. Whiskey's trying to grab the computer.
Somebody has a light thing on their bed frame, and it's just like a button you just like kind of tap. It's not even really a button.
Is it going?
It's like a touch.
Good night.
Or it's like a
casual art. Good night. I'm watching on Kenzie's phone because I can't see. Oh, Dexter, be quiet. Dexter, shush. Look at Smush.
It has to do something with it because a lot of bottle fed babies do that.
There's this much. Okay, you want your 5 seconds?
I was
No.
thinking about getting her a little
hi.
pacifier.
Say hi, friends. I need a haircut. I'm ignored, neglected, and so skinny.
It's definitely
My
'cause she's a
mom
bottle
never
fed
gives
baby.
me nothing. You are such a brat. He just had TREATSs. You see how bad he is? You see how bad that cat is, that dog is? Yes, he needs you. He needs you right now. He just got done eating TREATSs, but he knows I have a complex when he knows how to work me.
He's a miniature Australian Shepherd mixed with a Catahoula leopard.
Yeah, he's Catahoula and miniature. Mini Aussie.
He's
such a bad. He's so bad.
Get her a pacifier.
They're both such spoiled
Whoa,
brats.
whoa.
They're so spoiled. There's the Isabella. Isabella. Bella's been depressed. Dad's gone. But her head's not tilted this time. Not as bad. She's still got it a little bit, but
She just flattened her out.
she feels like the computer is going to steal her soul. Oh, here's another one of them. Hold on. There's a pretty little girl. There's Eclipse. Kiki, where are you? Where is he?
I don't know. Probably upstairs.
I don't know where he is. Kiki, hold on. He's been shoving his butt in the camera lately too. Oh, here's Luna. There's the pretty girl. I just showed her. Luna, come here. Come back here. Come back and see mom. Come see mom. Say hi. Luna, pretty girl. There's Whiskey. There's Eclipse.
Yeah, he's a miniature Australian mixed with a Catahoula leopard.
Catahoula.
Catahoula, whatever.
Catahoula. Oops. Hold on. You can't really see him. Come here, buddy. Hold on.
Where is he?
Sit. Sit. Sit, buddy. Dexter Charles. Thank you. Good boy. No, please sit. Please sit.
Kiki.
Can you sit? Look at his butt. I don't know if you can see his butt going. His butt's going so fast. Can you show him your ears? Can you? He's got one that always flops. He was the prettiest pup. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, but they look lonely. Yeah, they are like constantly. Oh, there's Kiki. Come here, Bubby. Come here. He's behind the couch. Come here. Come here, you bad boy. Come here. Hi, Luna. Oh, good girl. No, sir. Yes, my dog licked my face. It's disgusting, I know. But how can you deprive this little monster from... Okay, hold on. No. That's my arm. Oh, that hurt, buddy. No, he wants it up. Kenzie almost did the split. Kenzie went because I was turning my camera around so I could shut the camera. Kenzie went to like try to get out of the camera view and almost just did the split. She's got socks on our tile floor. Her legs went whoop. Tried to get away from the camera and are you okay? Holy oh, I know, but you almost kicked your own ass there. That would have sucked. Oh my god, that was ooh. That would have been hysterical though.
She's just sitting here sprawled out still.
Where is Kiki?
She's not behind the couch.
Come here, Bubby.
She's right there.
Come here, Bubby. What are you doing back there? Are you being a pain in the butt? Oh, there he be. Are you being bad? Can you say hi? Can you say hi? There comes Dexter.
Hey, Bella.
Here they come. These two, like the other cats, kind of stay away from Dexter, but these two grew up together. Like Kiki, when Kiki was itty bitty, he used to climb all over Dexter and attack him. Oh yeah, Kiki was fucking Dexter up yesterday. It was hysterical. Hold on, I'll show you guys Smush one more time and then I'm getting out of here. My zoo. They're all ready for bed. It's past their bedtime, so.
Don't you dare jump on my bed, boy. I just got into bed.
Her's the pretty girl. Her's another rescue from outside. She's the neighborhood cat that turned bougie ass pillow princess. Huh? You don't do nothing but eat,
Rules.
eat, and lay around. Look at her. She's so funny. She is so heavy too. And she is just a fluff though. She's so pretty. She's so pretty. She keeps herself so clean.
Yeah, even Charlie, her brother, he is outside during the day when the neighbors work because he lives with Whiskey's siblings and mom.
You got my hair?
And the outside cats, the one, he likes to start fights because of territorial reasons, so they keep him inside just in case. Stop! Don't let her eat your hair.
No, she's purring.
They get hairballs and nuts.
Don't slap me in the face.
No. Quit. No.
I can't do it because my hands are. She's so cute. Don't get her to smack me in the face. Her claws are out and she's mean. She grabs your toes. She's so fucking mean. Oh, look at this one. Look at this jealous little shit. Just your legs. Look at that little shit.
Oh, that's why.
She's.
My hair tie.
Look at how jealous she is. Because
yours?
Kenzie's got a hair tie.
Is this yours? Is this yours? Is this yours? Is this yours?
Throw it up on the bed so I can get it.
She's on demon.
Look at her. Here she comes. No, let her get one and bring it back.
Oh, let's go out here. It's easier to show her out here.
She's got them. Okay, hold on. You guys are gonna watch this. Okay, ready? Hold on. Let me set them. Get out of there. Can you guys see that? Yeah, you can see the floor.
I threw it. Are you blind? Over there.
Do you see her?
Her little ball.
Members already got to see this. Hold on, let me turn up light on.
Well, you dummy, you just threw it under there.
Sorry, my
Have a
house
great
is
one,
probably
okay? Her little strut.
She brings it back. She plays fetch all the time. She just loves it. She'll do it.
Want this one?
She's like, I know you got a handful of them. You gotta go get them.
Is this yours?
Kenzie's got a whole handful of them, so she's waiting for him to throw.
Is this yours? I'm trying to get the top picture on your guys. Is this yours? Is this yours?
Buddy.
Yours?
Okay, throw it.
I'm trying to get the top. She don't want top.
Now she's gonna. Oh, look at that. Bella just scared the. She's coming running. Mom! Bella just. There's one right over here, sis. There's a good one. Stop it, you big brat. Okay, one more. Oh, Kiki's going after it. Since when? There's more meat. Oh, Bella, get out of there. Let them have fun, you big bully. You big bully. Go lay down.
I'm not getting any more out.
Where'd she go?
Okay.
Go get it. Here, get it.
I want it down.
Ready?
Oh, I got it. I'll show them.
I'll throw them in there. She didn't grab any of them this time. She's a brat. Here. She knows you have more of them. Yeah, look at it. Don't throw more.
So
No.
I bought a whole bag of them.
Don't throw more. Kiki, don't knock the computer off.
It's got holes all over the top of it because she tries to get it out of my drawer when I'm sleeping.
This is ridiculous.
And if I don't throw it for her, she smacks her tail.
Look at all of them. They're just, it's a mess. They've got their little trees. Their little, oh, my house is taken over by cats. The cat hammock. What's my, what's my interior? I didn't mean to do it, but your reaction is ridiculous tonight. What are you? You almost knocked yourself out with the wall this time. Sis,
my grumpy boy. You were grumpy boy. You were your puppy.
Oh my gosh, she's cracking me up. My interior design look is cat. That's basically what you could call it. What's your aesthetic? Cat? I have too many fucking cats. What?
I bought another litter box.
Oh my God, you guys. How many litter boxes do we have, Kenzie?
5. Make sure Kyle's not-
How many cats do we have?
5. You need 1 litter box per cat. Show them.
How many times a day do you clean the litter boxes,
Twice.
Kenzie?
They're extra large litter boxes, so Smush's fat butt can fit in the door.
There's 5 litter boxes in my house that get cleaned twice a day.
There's 3 down here and 2 upstairs.
I don't have to do it, thank God. But they have like, I mean, what is my aesthetic? What is your house aesthetic? Cat. Cat. That's it.
I'm trying to satisfy the cat while it's here. We just need a laser.
Our house revolves around cats and the dogs.
We need one of those lasers that can go on
No.
the side of the house. So like up the stairs and over here.
No.
Right there,
No, we don't.
and just go.
No, we don't because they're already.
Actually, her lasers are bad against cats' anxieties.
Holy gosh. Oh. Cats and mini cows. Yeah, we got mini cow pictures.
We need another one.
Another mini cow? Oh yeah, we should actually. I should have. Remind me. I'll have him take. I think I have some that would actually look really good.
No, Kyle said we can't use fake ones.
No, I know. I have some from the ranch.
He said Chad would judge me if I have fake cows on the wall.
These are actually from the ranch that Kyle's working at. These are pictures, like the pictures on our wall. That's his actual cows. Those are babies from his ranch that we just did black and white and then blew them up. Those are actually Chad's cows.
And I go to
All right, you
hospital
guys.
and get all mine.
Oh my gosh. Angel, what?
Oh, hands.
Just now? Wait. The snowstorm? Or one just now? That is crazy. I'm not sure. Angel's, she's
Did you?
another part of the
Did you hear
country.
about the new fire in Cali?
Oh, yeah. I've heard people
That
talking
was
about the new fire in
Really
Cali.
bad. It's a bushfire.
Get a little pig? No, thank you.
No, we need a thing
Little
to
pigs
go.
do not stay. The mini cows stay mini. Like that's a guaranteed. Like some of these cows are 13 to 15 years old. Like they stay little, but mini pigs, like the micro mini pigs, they never stay mini unless you underfeed them. You can get them on the smaller side, but they still, pigs are pigs. Like cows,
No.
they can make them.
Next animal is the main coon outside of the kitchen.
Hell no.
Yeah, we're gonna have another cat. It's the next animal.
Angel, did that just happen yesterday? Oh my gosh, heavy rain in the UK. I am so sorry. 100-mile-per-hour winds. Goodness.
Monsoon's here.
I'm glad your electricity and stuff is still working though. Yeah, in the UK. That sucks. I'm so sorry. I'm glad you're safe. And I'm glad you have electricity though. A few things, and hopefully it's passed. And I don't know how, like, is storm cleanup, how does it go in the UK? Do they have programs that will come and assist? Or I don't know how any of that works for people that I'm sure you were. You know, that's something I've never thought about is like, do people in other countries have house insurance? Do they have a program like FEMA? Like, I've never thought about that. Well, that's what I'm saying. I've thought about it, but I've never looked into it. But I bet it differs quite a bit. I can't imagine how terrifying that would be. Windstorms are nuts. There's dust storms in New Mexico, and they are crazy.
Will you give me butter so I can get her jams and spices?
You have to wait till Monday. Oh gosh. Diet Coke, that Michelle. I'll show you guys just because they'll say. Yeah. Hydration drinks or Diet Coke. Always. That's it. No booze.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Move.
You guys, Kenzie's killing me. Now she's laying on the floor. Yeah, Terry, I've heard that from so many people. I was telling you about my friend in California. Like when theirs burned down back to back 2 years in a row, they had so much problem. And it was a brand new build that had just been completed and it burnt. And then they rebuilt and it burnt again. One of my other, do you guys know where the Whidbey Islands? Shit. Hold on. How many of my Washington? Well, you don't have to say, but if you know, like the islands in Washington, one of my friends just bought a condo on one of the islands that you have to take a ferry from Seattle over to. I'm so excited for her. So excited for her. Such a beautiful fucking area. Like such a gorgeous area. You grew up on Whidbey? Brandy, isn't it gorgeous? I hope you sending all of my hugs and well wishes. You have so much on your plate. And I think about you and your family often. I really hope you're feeling as best as you possibly can be. And yeah, just sending all the extra energy I can. Your interview the other night with Lauren. Yeah. But Whidbey's beautiful. Yes, it's gorgeous. So pretty. She bought a condo over there. So I'm so excited for her. So excited for her. And I can't wait to go visit. When we were up there the last time, we just took the ferry over. She wasn't even buying at that time. But we took the ferry from Everett over. And I think it was Everett. I might have them backwards. Edmonds? I don't remember now. I'm like, I don't even remember where we took it out of. But we were up there and we took it across to one of the islands. And I'm positive it was Whidbey for lunch. Oh, Brandy, that'll be awesome to go back for sure. That's you guys remember, who knows the movie Double Jeopardy? That movie always used to make me think of that area of Seattle. My grandfather used to the Strait of Juan de Fuca. I didn't probably pronounce that right at all, but he used to talk about it all the time. So we used to go travel. The first time I ever saw that area was like 7th grade. I was living in Montana and they took me on a trip. We went up the coast and we took a ferry from Port Angeles to Vancouver. We did ferries in the Seattle area, the Sound. It's gorgeous. Yeah, gorgeous area. Angel, goodness, I'm so sorry. I really hope. Oh, Terry, I've heard horrible things. Horrible things. I'm sure that's why I was wondering, Terry, if like other countries, because some other countries seem to be leaps and bounds ahead of like the United States and like relief or victims' rights or things like that. It's really interesting to me to like learn about some of the other countries' like humanitarian efforts, like helping people of natural disasters, like all sorts of things, like protecting their victims. Well, Angel, we're sending you all the love and support because that's a lot. Holy shit. I'm so sorry. We are that, Michelle. We are so broken, like, truly. And a lot of these people, even with insurance, like it's just a mess. It's a mess. It went and happened for a long time. Absolutely. And it seems like, I don't know. Where is it going? Sucks because these fires, like fire season in Montana, like it's becoming fire season in California is becoming like a real major event every year. And it's horrifying. It's horrifying everywhere for fire season, but because of the population in California, it's also like, it's just so scary. Yeah, I don't even know, Terry. That's what I was wondering is if they even have anything. Like, I don't know if they have any type of outreach in other countries either. I know ours, from what everybody says, is shit. I've thankfully never had to deal with it personally, but I've heard from other people that have been in crisis like this that yeah, Terry, it's freaking insane what's happening. It scares me for all of my people in California, and I know so many people in California. It's just getting worse and worse, but all right, you guys, I gotta go itch my foot. For some reason, the top of my foot is itching. Oh, and you want to know don't pull it, Becky. Part of my arm is in the healing stage. So it's itchy, like super fucking itchy from the tattoo I had after my birthday. It's just at that stage of like healing. So it's like super itchy. And the other part is so sensitive. So and there's pieces that are like right on the verge. So like there's an edge where it's itchy because it's healing. And then where he started yesterday and worked is right next to it. And it like stings. So if you accidentally itch that part, first world problems, let me tell you. That tells you how entitled I am. I'm bitching about my fucking tattoo. Itching and stinging. Go itch your foot. I know. Why? Pico, have you ever had that randomly happen to the top of your foot? Is that just a me thing? Dry weather. Yes, it does. T-Dub. But the top of my foot, that's the only place I have like that problem that ever exists. Now this is going to be a weird, here we go. Let's just have this itching and bitching. That's what I'm doing. How did you end your live stream? Itching and a bitching. Does anybody else have those one spots? Please tell me I'm not alone. That you'll just randomly have. It's never anywhere but the fucking top of my foot. It's always on the top of my foot. Please tell me I'm not alone and I'm not crazy. You guys have to have a spot that just randomly gets you at times. Okay, I might be crazy. T-Dub is the only one that says yes. Everybody else is like, I'm not admitting to this and or telling you where I itch. Okay. You guys aren't having any fun with me. You get nerve itch and can't. Oh, Terry. How often do you get that, Terry? Is it like a constant from neuropathy? Oh, in the middle of your back, do you go up to a wall, the corner of the wall, that Michelle? My dad used to look like, we always used to say he was a cow scratching his back because he would go up to the wall. And I was always like, what the hell are you doing? Then I realized he was itching his back. But it took me, I think, quite a while to realize why he was rubbing on the wall when I was little. And then I became an adult and I was like, that makes sense. Yeah, yep, the wall, yep, the edge of the wall. He's like, it's the only place that really can get it. Oh, Terry, I'm so sorry. Neuropathy is hell. It really is hell. Inside of the left ankle drives you insane. Okay. See, I'm not. Kimberly, do you try to itch it with the heel of your other foot? I bet you try to itch it with the heel of your other foot. And then if that doesn't work, you try to get it with your, I can just picture it now because I know how I am when I'm in bed. And if I get that itch on the top of my foot, I itch it with the other heel of my foot. Well, Elizabeth, you might want to have that checked out. I can only imagine what your neighbors would think of seeing that outside, Elizabeth. You by now, Elizabeth, if that was true, you would have made it on TikTok. One of your neighbors would have posted you doing that on TikTok, and we would have all gotten to know who Elizabeth was because that she became TikTok famous for scratching her ass down the driveway. Literally in your massage chair. See? The Angel, I would love to learn more about other countries, like the laws and the procedures and stuff. There seems to be such, like, sometimes when we're in these discussions, people will come in and tell me stuff about like their countries, like what they do for victims' rights and stuff like that. And it's really interesting. But there's stuff like, natural disasters and stuff that I've never even thought of how other countries handle a lot of these crises or issues. TENS machines are amazing. I think TENS, we have a couple that we got. With a straw day the other day. Oh, Leon, those wooden back scratchers? They're actually handy. That was another thing. You didn't know and recognize what that was until you recognized what that was. Like, I didn't grow up thinking about it because my dad used the wall. So the first time I ever saw one, I'm sure I was like, what the hell is that thing? Booty scoot and boogie, exactly. It would be, though. You guys know as well as I do, if Elizabeth was caught rolling down the driveway, it would have been all over TikTok by now. Terry. You guys are freaking hysterical. Hey, KB. All right, you guys, I'm actually out of here now. Now that we ended that with the itching and a bitching. It's just really funny, though, when you think about it. You're like, do I have these weird quirks all by myself? I'm sure other people experience it, too. They're just not sharing where they itch. At least it's only the top of my foot. I could have said, like, my ass or something, so. KB, it's actually, don't even ask how we got here. We went from animals to random spots that itch. So there's that. It's one of those streams. It's one of those, like, it's a roller coaster ride. And ends with a itch and a bitch. Good night, everyone. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I might see you guys tomorrow. I need to get these new characters, but I need to get back to the day by day because that's making such, like, people are really able to see that this case was never about Sebastian from almost the jump when creators got involved. They really pushed the division, and that's all we've continued to see. And I think it's so important so people can recognize, unfortunately, because we are going to have another family in these same spots upcoming. The next tragedy that this can happen to, that people can profit off the pain of. We're not in the spot of even being able to stop it yet. And it's just horrifying knowing that this will happen to another family. So I want to get as much done so people can, because it's eye-opening to me too. And to be able to even attempt to like get laws to change, we got to recognize all the different pieces that are at play here and what we're up against. But when you see that people are coming into this genre because professionals are telling them that's where money is, it's a daunting task. So anyways, okay, good night, you guys. Oh, wait, hold on. I got a fellow foot scratcher. No, the tops of my feet will itch once in a while and it drives me crazy. I take Benadryl and it goes away. See, thankfully I don't have to take Benadryl because it knocks me out, but I'm not alone. Brace yourself and carry on with compassion. Absolutely. Yes, Kimberly, absolutely. We can try to do everything we possibly can. So Angel, stay safe and keep us posted on how you're doing, please. You have guilty. See, I'm going to have to look into some of your guys' laws, Angel and Leon, because some of them sound crazy. Okay, I'm out. Good night, you guys.